Nips something. Yo, what's up, fellas? Episode 15. Mark is in the house. Dante Rain, Kevin Miller. We're bowling. We've been just catching up, watching some fucking white people dance. Like, damn.
How many times have you been on the podcast already?
I think I was in the second one.
Dante's been on a few. Dante was in the
I
second
did
one.
Sean and
He was in the
John.
sixth one.
And I did
He was in the 8th one. He was in the 12th one. Yeah. Dante's been a regular. Sean's been a regular too.
Hey man,
Yeah.
that's really all my lucky years too.
Yeah. I'm trying to have Manny on the podcast soon. Yeah, he said he's gonna be home soon.
Yeah.
I told him, I was like, come on like a couple times. He was like, bro, he's like, let's get it, bro. He's like,
Just like
yeah.
Did you ever do the challenge that you sent him on Instagram?
I don't know. I hope he did.
That was an intense
Shout out to
challenge.
Manny. Yeah, dude. I did all the.
I saw Matt Parker's too, and then I saw you.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I just thought it was like cool. Like I randomly. Hold up, I was hearing some echoing. But like I randomly like I saw that on his story, and I think I was gonna do like legs that day or something. But it was kind of just like I was kind of just bored. Like I wasn't, and then I saw that, and I was like, fuck yeah, like I'm gonna try that. I did. It took me like an hour to get through all like the push-ups and all the other stuff. And then when I went to run, because I just wanted to do all my running at the end. But a quarter mile of the way through the run, my whole hamstring just went and like cramped up, and I just had to sit there and like walk it out. But I mean, eventually I got out of it.
How
But
many could have possibly done 100 pull-ups? I think I would have died.
yeah, it was ass. Like, I mean, I'm sure I'll be like I said on my like Instagram, like a lot of the attempts I had might not have been like perfect like pull-ups, but like I just kind of went through the sets. You know what I mean?
I would
Like,
have to do like 5 and then 5 and then
yeah.
5, and then I could just constantly.
That's what I started doing towards the end. I would do like 5 because I started by doing I was doing 10 pull-ups and then 20 push-ups, and then like I would rest, and then I started doing the air squats too, but like 10 pull-ups, 20 push-ups, and then eventually I had to do 5 pull-ups. And when I got to the end, I was like 5 push-ups. I had to take a minute. I could do 1 push-up at a time. So it was like 4 push-ups, like the fourth last one. But I mean, I don't know. It was cool. It kind of like made me like I don't know. It made me like a little bit sore, but it was just kind of like it wasn't. I don't know. It was kind of chill.
Do you know if Dawson did it?
Dawson probably did it like 10 times by now. Like Dawson probably did it twice that morning. Like apparently Sean was saying that everybody in their engineering thing was like, "Yo, what's this Murph challenge?" And Dawson was just like, "Let's do all the 300 squats, but let's put like 135 on and then do it." Sean's like, "Dude, are you fucking crazy?" Like, yeah.
It is crazy.
I know. Apparently, shout out to Dawson. I was gonna have him on the podcast sometime soon. Apparently, he got his family's car got stolen at Hershey Park.
Oh, lovely.
I was like, "You trying to like hop on a podcast sometime soon?" He's like, "I would, bro, but like I'm in Hershey and I have no way of getting back because our car is gone." Like, so I don't know if it was stolen or towed, but I mean, he told me it was stolen, so that would suck.
So
But
he's like still in Hershey right now.
I don't know. I don't know if they like drove home. Dawson was like, "You know what? It's leg day, so I'm just gonna run to Hershey or like run home from Hershey." Like,
It's like an exercise his calories off.
yeah.
You should
He carries his was that his sister or girlfriend or
Who?
he was with a girl?
Oh, yeah, that's
I think that's his girlfriend. Yeah.
I was gonna say, old girl. You should have challenged Shannon to do it.
like Rocky IV, like Shannon's Drago, like Shannon.
Literally kills a man.
Yeah.
Not from punching him, from kicking him in the stomach. stops his heart.
Who?
Shannon like just kicks the guy in the chest and like stops his heart.
Yeah, bro. Shout out to Shannon. She's crazy fit.
I don't even know who's more fit, to be honest.
We should make them compete. Let's start a petition like on this podcast to make them compete in like a gladiator games. Like, I'll live stream the whole thing on my YouTube channel. Like, that would be funny.
And then the next matchup is Manny versus Sean.
Manny. I love Manny. I can't wait for him to come back, bro. Shout out to Manny. He'll be on a podcast like pretty soon. We should all do one, just like a big bull. Like, yeah,
Just a bunch of us.
that'd be fun.
Huddled in.
Dan, you know what was funny? Do you remember? Did you get that Snapchat from Manny during the Super Bowl? Like the commercial that was like his It was a commercial and they showed like all these different like military like ID numbers and like their section or whatever came up.
Yes.
And
Then he
man,
said it was like fake or something like that.
he said he sent me a thing of them watching it and then it came up and they were all like yeah like they were like fuck yeah like but like
Did you hear about Manny?
what?
His new girl.
Oh nah, I saw that he had a new girl.
Yeah, Manny had a girlfriend for 7 days and then they broke up.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
He took her to fucking Florida. Like they
Yeah.
took like this long ass road trip.
Beautiful.
Manny
Beautiful
paid
place
for
where
like
they
hotel and gas and all that
Really?
shit. Yeah, and then they broke
Damn.
up.
Damn.
He dropped like
Manny.
$300 in a weekend.
That's alright. That's what you gotta do when you're a baller, man. Like,
She because she
yeah.
was so invested in like her ex.
the trade of the military girlfriend.
She was
Like-
just
It's hard to
from
be in the
Georgia.
military
Yeah.
though. Like you get lonely.
Yeah.
Like, I hate to,
You're
like, say-
either lonely or you bring some girl that you like and you marry her and then she lives with you.
Yeah.
Literally.
Mark, this is a random note, but I have those same exact shoes, like literally right behind your shoes. Like,
I think they're like the most basic shit.
yeah, they're like my running
Do you know how many
shoes.
girls have these shoes as well?
Like a lot or like none, like
No,
zero.
there's like so many like girls like when they go on their like runs or like they're ready to work out, I'll just like see like those shoes like on them. I'm
Mark
like,
runs
oh,
over in his shoes. Like we have the same
We have the
shoes.
same shoes.
Yeah.
I'm against Mark.
Mark.
My name's Mark.
Salted.
Salted, yeah.
The other girls you hook up with, they wear white chucks.
White Vans.
Not white Vans, white chucks. Oh, it was the Vans?
Back at it again with the white
Converse.
Vans.
The Converse.
I think it was more Vans than Converse.
Oh, is there Vans or
Why are we
Converse?
talking
Or
about shoes?
Birkenstocks.
It's like
Did they wear
Birkenstocks.
these in white?
I just got those. You like them?
it's like the nutty. It's like the wasn't like a.
Yeah.
It's like
almost
most.
with this being blacker than
freaks,
this, they almost look
You know what I'm
blue.
saying? The freakiest,
Really?
the
Yeah, a
freakiest Jones.
I wanted to get
white
these, like,
chucks
blue and gray
or
ones,
whatever.
but-
No, I have no
I just
idea
wanted
what
ones
you're
that
No,
were
saying.
just, like,
no, that's
because
the
in the
thing,
summer
that's the
I
thing.
usually
No,
wear
wait,
like
say that to
low
That's
cut
right.
bands and like those
Girl-
are just kind of like I like those I can just slip on. Wait, sorry, what were you guys
Girls,
talking about?
girls who wear white chucks are real freaks. That's why we're.
White chucks?
Yeah, white chucks.
Well, it depends. Do they have stains and scuffs on their white chucks?
No, it has to be dirty. Come on.
Yeah,
they
then,
be
like-
frat shoes.
Yeah, like they like is there mud from the dage they were at like earlier that day
Definitely.
or whatever?
Definitely.
Then like yeah, you're right.
I'm telling you.
My
I'm
girlfriend has white chucks, but like they're her lab
Yeah.
shoes. She wears them a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah,
She wears them.
and they're in good condition, I assume. Like
dropping the chemicals on them.
Just a few chemicals.
damn.
She bought like these white. She bought like these white like kind of like slip-on Vans, but like they're like Walmart brand. Like she's worn
Yeah.
to frats.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
went to like a glow party and like they
Uh-huh.
just had a glow paint, and she came back and they're just like covered in like yellow
Aw.
fluorescent paint. They were like
Damn.
unwearable and
Yeah.
one frat. She bought it for like a bunch of parties and then one frat. They're like yellow now.
Yeah. Wait, did they like make you wear like what like?
You had to
What's
wear
the-
white, so you would like
Oh.
glow, and then they just had like everyone just bought like everyone was just like wearing plain white t-shirts.
Yeah, yeah.
Like just had like a bunch of paint. And,
Okay,
I don't know.
but you had to have white shoes, like.
No, they just kind of got white shoes, so
Oh.
they also glow. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
I have pictures, I think, somewhere.
I'm very like intrigued. I've seen that glow stuff, like the glow parties or whatever.
It's
like,
interesting though.
Yeah.
Like alright, wear like stuff that you don't mind getting ruined.
Yeah, but
yeah,
and-
because then
and-
it's like
and
when
then at
everybody gets it
midnight,
ruined, like
we're just gonna have a paint war for like 5 minutes,
yeah,
and then all the like everyone's just gonna have to like go to the bathroom to get all the paint out of their eyes.
So like, I got a question for your frat. Do they still like hold parties under their name, or is it like?
No,
Uh-huh.
that would be illegal.
Okay.
So no, they just
keep
have
it on
like regular
keep it on the
parties.
down low.
And honestly,
really.
this semester,
Good
a
deal.
lot of the guys in the house, like, it's mostly juniors, so a lot of them were turning 21, so it was 21st birthday parties.
So,
Like, pre-games.
they
And
drew-
then,
I didn't
go to
write that on
bars.
my hand. I'm not sus, but like, they had glowing cups and they had glowing markers and glowing paint, and you kind of just
Okay.
like wrote.
Damn, that's a nice shirt. You really took that there.
Yeah.
Damn.
It didn't
really-
I didn't get messed up, but It was like the only white thing I had.
Swifty.
Yeah, it's a cool shirt.
You mean the one from Rick and
Swifty.
Morty?
Yeah, it's a Swift.
Why would you take something?
It was
Rick
Yeah.
and
Yeah, it was
looked
cool. I mean, if you get a couple streaks of paint on that, it's like, fuck it. It's, you just wear it anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, just keep wearing it. But, like, damn, Rick and Morty should be coming out in, like, November.
Right?
Thank God.
Yeah.
November, I saw.
November.
Yeah.
Should be interesting.
I can't wait.
I have to, like, watch the show. I'll just watch the show again before it comes back out. To, like,
Oh,
I still remember them, but,
I
like,
rewatched.
My
No, I
friend-
rewatched the episodes. I love it that much.
Our one friend Ben from Haddonfield was like, "Yeah, we need to have like a Rick and Morty rewatch party. Like
Rewatch party or
rewatch the
release?
whole thing before that first episode comes out."
that's funny.
Wait, is he still in China?
Ben, he's in. Is he that? No, he's in. He's in Hong Kong.
Is that for school?
Yeah, for school. He's taking a semester
That's
abroad
great.
in Hong
That's
Kong.
great.
Shout out to Ben.
Shut the Ben.
Cool
Scott.
guy.
Uncle Ben.
Definitely the funniest one
Okay.
from Haddonfield.
Probably.
Damn.
I don't think you've met Ben.
I don't think so.
You were at Mike Kelly's, right?
Yeah.
He wears
probably don't
glasses.
remember
He wears
that,
glasses.
I probably don't remember that. I
He
definitely
had,
don't remember that.
mofo,
Yeah.
right? So bad.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be like
I
that.
remember Mark's face when he saw Connor Boyski making out with Camino.
I wanna wait. It was like that song was playing. Like I wanna know what love is, and then it was just like I'm going through changes or something.
I was mad too, cause like I was literally,
Yeah. Oh, well, I think.
I was literally talking to those two, right? And like it was in 1 minute I was on my phone. I looked
right there.
I looked up. I looked at it, so
Yeah,
making
wait,
I'm like,
man.
what the fuck?
Well,
Yeah.
it didn't even look right too.
I remember that happening, but I was so drunk that like I just remember seeing it and just like I don't even know like I think I ran up to like Kamina and Connor and I was just like I don't even remember.
I think you
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, I don't know where to go with the story. I was too drunk to like
That house was super nice though.
come up with the
Shout out to,
premise.
Mike
It's like
Kelly's
shout out to
cousin.
his cousin for being so nice.
At some point that night, I gave like once I was like sloppy, I gave Mike Kelly like $20, and I was just like, I know I'm gonna fuck up this house, like so here's my beer money and just the extra, just let me just fucking just chill, like and I felt bad because I mean it was well worth to give him because the next morning I woke up and I threw up and like all over his clean dishes in his sink.
No, I
And
thought
he
you
just
threw up
walked
in
up-
the trash bag.
No,
That
was the
too.
night.
That
No, and then he woke up, went upstairs, and threw up in the sink.
yeah, and Mike Kelly didn't even say anything. He just started like rinsing the dishes, and I was like, "That's cool." And then Jeff took me home. Jeff took me home, and he got me a hash brown at McDonald's.
Wait, do you remember going to Jeff's house one time to swim and we had pizza and when he was like washing the plates, he got his hose. It was just washing the plates like with the hose, like the garden hose, like outside. He's like, yeah, it's more effective.
No, I have no.
He literally got his hose from outside.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, just to do it quickly. I'm gonna
Dude.
That's like ironic. Jeff lives in like this big ass house. His hose.
You ever see that picture of his dad in the magazine, like for like the art, whatever he does? Yeah, he was like, "Hey, my dad tough." It was like his dad in a suit, like in like this professional ass like ad, but it's just his dad, but like, yeah, I remember Jeff's old house. Like, did you ever swim in the pool at his old
I've
house?
never been to the old house.
The old house was like, there was an out of ground pool that somebody like threw out, like put out front. And like they took it and like they half dug it into the ground. So like, but it was like you would walk around the liner and you could feel like the lumpiness of like the earth. Like it wasn't level. Like they just kind of like dug it half and stuck it halfway into the ground. And then like there would be like when they first did it, there was like a lot of dirt around the pool. But like they would put this like tub, this plastic tub and fill it with water. So like before you got into the pool, you had to like put your feet in the tub and like jump into the pool. But like that house is so funny. Like Jeff had this trampoline that we used to jump on, and fucking one time we were like 14. Like this is like we're like 8th grade going into freshman year, or like no, it was freshman year going into sophomore year. Like so that summer, and like we're all just like Pat Makel and like Matt Valente boxed. Like they were boxing. No, like they were just boxing on like the grass, and then like we me and Matt Valente like trampoline boxed, and we only had like one like glove each. and like we were like Jack or Jeff was like go, and I just like hit Matt. But then like it was funny, like Pat Makel and Matt Valente would box. I think they fought one time and like Pat broke, like one of them got their noses broken by the other one. Like just dumb shit. Like
Did Eddie and Roger get like arrested for jumping
a couple
up
times.
high?
Yeah, they were in jail for a couple days. Shout out to Eddie and Roger. They went to jail for like 2 days.
I was like disgusted. Like
Yeah.
Wait, it was during high school? Oh yeah.
No, we graduated, and then they like during the summer they like jumped an old man.
Eddie and Roger who? Like,
Eddie Makel
Yeah.
and Rod, like Spanish Roger.
no fucking way.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like
That's
for this
fucking wild.
I don't know who it is, but like for somebody who like kind of like got them to do it, like somebody like that's involved in just like some shit, you know what I'm saying?
Do you see
Like
his
got them to
stories
jump
now?
this old guy.
Eddie,
I do
he's
not
like, are you?
follow Eddie.
He's like, are you chill or are you lame? And I kind of just like want to hit like, I'm a lame, but like, but I don't want to.
He'd be like, oh no, fuck you then, and then like a bomb like hits your house, like
No, like,
you
yeah,
get a knock at your door and you're like nah, you a lame. Like 5 seconds later, it's like
It's kind of fucked up, but after you just said that, it made me. Do you follow Arfad on Snapchat?
interesting
Wait,
segue.
which one? Wait.
Shout out to Arfad.
Arfad, like through the
Oh,
desk at Jack, Arfad.
No, he has
Chased me around the
Instagram?
school with a pencil. No, Snapchat.
Oh, Snapchat? No.
Yo, that's so cool. Was he ever like actually threatening, or was it just like dumb shit?
No,
Like,
that
or was he
man-
actually
No,
like?
he has anger management.
Manny or
That
Diane.
happens when you keep fucking with the same kid every day.
Manny
Yeah,
or
I
Diane
didn't
made a
do
joke
that. I didn't
about
do
his
that
dad.
Really?
Manny or is Manny or Diane?
That's like a funny like.
And
It's like which one do you think?
yeah, I know.
Like,
It's such a random people
Yeah.
it could have been, but he thought it
Yeah.
was me. He like
Yeah.
heard that I made some like joke about his dad, and with a fucking pencil, like the day of
We
the
had a-
volleyball
Yeah,
tournament,
volleyball tournament.
Yeah.
chased me around the halls,
yeah,
trying
yeah.
to stab me.
No, like he had
Like was he
I
like
finally
if he
stopped.
caught you? If
No,
you,
I stopped and like just fucking like smacked at it. Like I like
if he stopped, like if you let him catch you, do you think he would have stabbed you?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
He had.
But he was like,
definitely would have
he had
like,
hatred
in that
he
mind.
totally intended to stab me.
Did you? I stabbed Nick Martin with a pencil. Shout out to Nick Martin, you fat bitch.
Did you have him on the
what's up?
podcast?
I'm going to. I'm gonna have him on one day and just yeah. It's just gonna be me and him.
They'll fight.
Yeah.
But like, half the time he's just gonna laugh because that's what he.
I know. And I mean, he knows I'm fucking around with him, but it's just funny to just be like, "What's up, Nick Martin? You fat pussy." Like, you enjoying your double decker Oreo Supreme right now? Like, oh, boo, 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 boo. Like, I don't even know. But like,
Oh
did you?
look, a burning building.
Let me film it. Nah, he's my buddy. But like, did you see like what I put in the group chat last night? I was like Nick Martin waiting for another fire call, and it was like Patrick eating like a cheeseburger at like 3 a.m. Yeah. Nah, but he's the homie.
Death Note, the one that he was.
Oh,
He
cool.
said, and Sword Art Online.
That's just ass.
Yeah, shout out to Seed Miller. Shout out to Sean, Kevin's brother. It's my homie.
He's so skinny.
Did he get probably because he got taller too?
Yeah, he's
That-
he's like 5'10", 5'11".
He's like.
Yeah.
He's a big
He's
boy.
like he's like a stud now. He's you know.
He's got a girl.
He's like-
Hey, yeah.
He's like Ferris Bueller, but like
I was-
better.
his friend. So like Sean's one of his best friends. Like his parents are like now like really like good friends with my parents. And like this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, they the family came down. Like his
Yeah.
friend, his sister, and his older brother. The Fuchs, Ben Fuchs, Kyle
Oh.
Fuchs.
I've heard of Kyle Fuchs.
Yeah, they so they were down
Shout out
the
to
shore.
Kyle Fuchs.
They were down the shore with me, Gina, my mom and dad, and Sean didn't come.
Uh-huh.
He stayed home. He didn't
Yeah.
want to go on the shore, even though his friend was like staying in the house with us.
Yeah, and you're like, wait a minute. Like, yeah.
But
FIFA is life.
no, Sean stopped. He hates FIFA now. But so do I. But we were talking to Kyle at dinner, and he was saying how Team Pep has changed Sean. He's like this different person or something.
That's good. That's cool though.
Like a good like better.
Or, like-
right?
Yeah, I guess.
But-
better, but
like also like I guess like if
it's just different. So like it's different.
Yeah.
So it's like weird.
Yeah,
It's, like, not
yeah.
used to it.
yeah. Well, like was he like was he wasn't like flaking on his friend, right? Like they were just staying
No,
at that
Sean is-
house.
Sean,
Yeah.
He probably told them. He was like,
Yeah, like,
Sean,
I'm just-
Sean,
and
I
they were
just
like,
don't
yeah.
want to be down the shore.
Yeah.
He was living. He stayed home. He fucking
Yeah.
slept in my bed. I'm kind of pissed about
Really? That's funny.
Because he was in charge of the dog, and the dog's only like a year old, and he's got I don't know, he's just a nut. And my bed's like right up against the window, so like the dog likes to lay on my bed and just like look out the window. So like he slept in my bed with the dog, so the dog would be like comfortable, but like
that's nice. But still, you're like, yeah. I just remember, dude, it was so funny, like, when we would just, like, chill at your house, and Sean would be like, Dad, I'm hungry, like you just hear it from, like, and he'd be like, Kevin's dad would be like, what do you want? He's like, I don't know, like, make something, and I would be like, yeah, like make something. I'm like, I could eat. Like,
one of the funniest times. One of the funniest times. It was.
You were scared.
No. I'm not talking about the slap hockey. I'm talking about the. What's it called? Where I was just laughing for 25 minutes straight. I was laughing for 25 minutes straight.
What did my brother do that he was so mad about?
He didn't give him his phone. Because your dad was like, hey, Sean, give me my phone. And Sean wouldn't do it.
20 minutes, my dad was like screaming at my brother because he wouldn't get his phone or something. Like yelling. Like,
yeah.
I was like crying.
Sean's like, no.
I was crying, rolling on the floor. And he came down and I had to like compose myself. I think it was like one of the hardest
like if it was like the remote or something, I would
it'd be like funny, but like
no, I think it was like the phone, and then like your brother talked back to him. And then, like, your dad just went off. And then,
dude,
like, your mom, like, defended your brother, and then...
Kevin's dad beat me in ping pong one time.
Yeah, my dad is so bad at ping pong. Just fucking that is so funny.
That was fucking funny.
Yeah, ping pong table rip.
Yeah.
Got destroyed.
Dude, that's so funny. One time, me, Manny, and Nick played these 3 kids on like the Highland soccer team. They were like, I forget who. It was like this kid, like Alex something, and then like another kid.
Fritz.
Yeah, and then like these 2 other kids. We played them in soccer and we beat them like by like a lot.
He was a freshman when we were seniors.
But Nick was like pretty good, and then like we were just. But it was weird. Like we were like actually like we were actually like weaving and like setting shit up, and like.
I was playing like 4v4 soccer.
Yeah.
We'd always go to like Sterling and play. That shit was so fun.
With Pat, right? What's his last name? The one that went to PVI. Yeah. I literally have him in my phone as pickup Pat for like pickup like games like basketball, football,
really?
Or like
Pat?
soccer. Yeah.
I'm trying to play soccer sometimes, dude. I haven't played in like a fat minute.
Who the hell is Pat?
I forget his last name. He went to PVI. He brought his friends.
Middle school with us?
I don't know if he went to. No, he didn't go to like middle school with us. He just went to. I know he went to PVI, and like we played him when we were at Stone one time, and it was like night. It was like nighttime, and afterwards like we all went to like my house.
I have no.
Yeah. Let me say this. It's when we still were riding bikes. So like during that
the good days.
Yeah. The good old days.
I was like thinking about that the other day. I kind of like missed that, but at the same time, I'm like, no,
I
it's so
got-
much
I
easier
got
to drive a car.
Yeah.
Sean took the car for something, and I rode my bike to Nick's house.
That's cool.
It was like, what the fuck am I doing, right? My bike to fucking Nick
Old
Kepler's
times.
house, but there I was.
Yeah, that's cool though. It's like nostalgic.
I used to be able to ride my bike with no hands, like turn and all that, and I don't think I can do it anymore.
I never rode a bike.
Never?
I never like learned how to rode a
You
bike.
don't even know how?
No.
Oh my lord.
It's nice.
I think I used to, but like I think I lost balance. Like over the years, I think I lost the ability to ride a bike.
I was like a late bloomer. I didn't learn till like 9.
Yeah, same. I only like 9 or 10. Bikes were chilling though. I'm like, you wanna know how I got these scars? Like,
Literally.
I was so mad at Jeff
Remember
that
that
day.
video?
Yeah, when I rode
When he
it,
was riding on the
Yeah,
ledge and
yeah.
fucking fell. We were talking about that last podcast.
Yeah.
So
That shit was funny. Like, I just remember Jeff kept on, he was like, because the first time I did it, I actually kind of jumped and did what you're supposed to do, and like, I almost got it, I didn't get it, and then I didn't feel like doing it again, and Jeff was like, John, come on, do it, and like, I just went up there and just like rode off, and like, I broke my, like, all this skin off my wrist, and I still have like the scar from it. I've been putting, shout out to Dr. Sheffield Scar Gel. They're not a sponsor or anything, but I just really like their product. Like, I've been putting it on there, and it's kind of making it like flatten out, but it just be like that, you know what I mean? You get like, but that was a
Speaking
Yeah.
of talking about stuff, did you edit the last podcast a little bit?
no, not at all.
No?
Nah.
I feel like I remember us talking about things.
A lot of
And then I
people.
watched it, and then like they weren't in there, and I was like,
Really?
I swear we talked about it.
Well, maybe we talked about it like before or after we got done recording. You know what I mean?
I
But-
felt like you. I was like, I swear John edited some of it out.
Like what?
I don't know. I freaking forget. But I was like, I remember watching it. And I was like, I feel like we talked about this. Like, did John edit it out?
Yeah. I didn't cut anything out. I literally just how I set up all these podcasts. I have like, so this is OBS, and like I literally switched from like. So that's the intro. And then I'll just switch right back in. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's like the view of like us. I mean right now. I mean actually no, that is the view of us. So I could just technically like leave this up, but usually I just like shut it. But yeah. I usually don't like edit anything out, but I thought you meant cause like just name dropping, cause we name dropped like a lot of people.
But
But
we
like
talk about all the fucking high school time. We are talking about how like I wish like I didn't give as much of a shit in high school.
Yeah.
Like I did, like not like about like academics, like
Just like
like petty
social
appearance and like
yeah, exactly.
shoes.
shit.
I
dude.
remember when you switched.
Eighth grade and freshman year are just so.
You can't wear
Yeah,
shoes.
I
Somebody-
I didn't own a pair of shoes that was like less than $150.
Yeah, he would.
I had a
he
bunch
would
of
look
shoes
at
just
shoes
from like
on
the
the
repo
bus.
yard. Like,
Yeah, niggas were fake sneakerheads. The craziest part. We were sneakers for like 2 years, and then like after like high school, it's
I
like
still
fuck it,
have
why
some
not?
of them.
Yeah.
I still have a pair of LeBrons that I bought off Amicelli.
It's cool.
I have like classic.
Shout out to Aunt Sally.
I think it's like classic Jordans or something like that from Antarctica.
I remember Sean had some LeBrons. that
Rest in
Nick-
peace.
We got
Love
Nick to buy Sean's LeBrons off him.
It's just bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
I remember having some shoes, but they were just like shoes that came out of like cars at like the yard. And, like they weren't like bad, but like they were just kind of like. I remember having like some like I had like I remember I had the pair of like retro 4s that I wore for a while. That was like I don't know.
I remember I used to have an app. It used to tell me when all the sneaker like releases, like when they were dropping, like re-releasing.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Yeah, that was cringy times.
How many shoes do you
We
have?
all we were all doing that
Do
shit
do
too.
you guys have like a lot of like shoes?
These are all
I,
shoes
I have. I think I have 6 pairs of
I think
shoes
I
to
have
my name,
no.
and I couldn't be more.
Like
Okay,
a lot
I wear
of
those
my
every
sneakers
day.
were
Those like beat up red Vans. I've been wearing them like every single
I
day
have,
for the
like,
past,
from
year,
my
2
dad old
years.
one, so like I have like a lot of Air Force Ones, but like the only shoes I wear most is like the Air Force Ones. I got white pair of Air Force Ones, and I wear the Timbs a lot. So it's like I wear like these shit sometimes. I might wear like one of my hyper dunks and shit, and or Timbs.
I have a couple pair of basketball shoes, a couple pairs of just like chill shoes. I have like 4 pairs of Sperry's. I got, like,
I have a pair of Sperry's.
I have
Four.
I have tan ones, brown ones, gray ones, and like kind of like that, but a little lower kind of Sperry.
That's like what I have too.
And then I have brown dress shoes, black dress shoes, like these blue. I wouldn't even call them dress shoes, but they're kind of like dress shoes. I got a pair of boots. If you count cleats, I got a pair of cleats. I have like 15 pairs of shoes. It's kind of bad.
I mean, there's some back there, like underneath the bed, like old ones and like the tennis shoes and stuff. But like, all I really like, I wear those red Vans underneath you all the time. And then I have like, I just the slippers.
Holy shit! I might have 20 pairs of shoes. It's so bad.
I fuck with the slippers. So I have those Converse. I have those other Vans. I just got those black ones like yesterday. I had those other ones for a little while. And then like I have like a pair of flip flops. I have like a pair of old like they were my dad's. They were like the You remember the old like Adidas slides with like the
The
with like
fucking
the
prickle
thingies?
thing.
Yeah, I
They're
love
the
those.
worst. No, they're the.
I
hate
love
those.
those.
So
You
much. I
just
had a
gotta-
green pair. They're so uncomfortable.
I wear them like I'll wear them to the beach like all the time. I just fuck with them. I just think they're like classic. Like,
I have a pair of LeBron slides. They're like $70 slides. They got air bubbles and everything. Fucking so
I
bad.
have slides.
yeah, but once you have
Like
those, it's like you
Amazon for,
always
like,
have them too. So that's kind of
$8.
cool.
I
Yeah.
have 2 pairs of slides, slippers, fucking. I have green shoes. I have 2 pairs of black shoes. I'm kind of counting in my head. I'm kind of
How many Vans? Do you have any Vans?
0 Vans. I don't wear Vans.
Although
I kind of do fuck with like
They go hard.
heavy.
I got 2 Vans,
I
2
just
pair of
like-
Vans.
I have 2 pairs of Vans.
I hate these ones. No offense. Everyone has these. Oh
Like
wait, no.
this-
What are the ones that are
They're
like?
black, but they have that design, right?
No, but not this design. It's like a little more. They're like a little.
What are you
I
talking
know
about?
exactly which one you're talking about,
I'm
though.
gonna pull it up.
They have some shoes that are kind of shaped like that now, like the ones you have on, like just that soul style. You know what I mean? And it's kind of weird for Vans because they usually never do that. They usually just have like the classic like flat shoe. But like, I don't know. Even like those high tops, I don't even like.
Oh,
Yeah,
that-
I guess.
I
Is
wear those-
that what that is?
Yeah, it is that design.
Yeah,
Dude, there's
these-
so many people
there's
that have that.
everyone.
I don't like the black. I don't like the black with the white. I'll say that. Like,
And the high top ones are the worst.
They're just ugly, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
like that.
yeah. See, these ones I got for Christmas, and like I don't mind them in the winter because they have like they're like not like the regular high tops. They're like the boot kind of.
Yeah,
like,
those are boots are fine.
They're almost like snow boot kind of Johns. They have like this like insulation in them. They're like so warm and shit. I fucks with these.
They're good with like khakis. They look fresh.
Yeah. I wear them a lot with like this fucking. I got this jacket, this like Tommy Hilfiger like jacket for like. I had like a gift card and then it was like clearance because I went out to like shop for like my family for Christmas and I bought my sister something and then like I just got distracted and I was like I'll just buy this like and I got it for like $13 and I don't know.
Tommy Hilfiger, you got.
It was like 100. I don't know. It was like 100 like something and like I used like an old gift card that I found when I was like cleaning up and then like a like thing and or a
It was like
coupon
on
or
sale or
something.
something. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it for like $13.
I think like my biggest regret, not to even shoes, it's like all the fucking Aeropostale and Hollister shit, dude.
I had hella Hollister.
Yeah.
Hollister.
That was what was in back then, bro.
Dude,
I remember being-
Aeropostale.
No,
Yeah.
wait, the
Aeropostale
Oasis
died in
shoes?
6th grade.
Osiris.
Osiris, yeah,
Yeah.
Osiris.
You want to see the fucking pair of Osiris?
Yeah, I
had?
did.
No, wait. So Osiris was big in
so
6th
much
grade,
it
right?
shot me for
Yeah.
that.
I wore Nike SB. Then
Okay.
in 7th
Yeah, I
grade,
had
Nike
those too.
SB was popular, and I wore
Uh-huh.
Osiris. So I literally.
Mark just like switched them.
Yeah, I was like, alright, I'm gonna get a pair of Osiris, and then like it became unpopular, and the Nike SB became popular. I'm like, are you like kidding me? Like, like it was like the
At least
most like
you still had your. Still though, man, that's cool that you just kind of like said fuck it and like switched. You know what I mean? Like you switched.
No,
I was the
trend.
I remember those.
They're like green, blue.
Ah.
Yeah.
I had orange, black, and white. It was.
Bro,
I don't even remember what I
you were
wore
like
in
cool
7th
in
grade.
like 6th grade and 7th. If you like purple, you wore purple.
Yeah.
You were,
Dude,
everyone
like-
with
Or
purple.
pink,
Yeah.
or pink or purple, like the really
Like everyone wore like their
Yeah.
skinny jeans and like their purple
Yeah.
fucking
oh.
Vans Echo or fucking
Yeah.
whatever the fuck.
Element.
Well,
Like,
it's like skateboard shit.
yeah.
It's like cool. And
Yeah.
everyone had like etnies and shit.
I forget like what I forget what I wore. Like I
Didn't you come to Glen Landing in 7th grade?
7th grade
He was in my English class with what's
with like
what's her name?
Mishivsky.
Shipsky, yeah.
Shout out to Mishivsky, dude.
Yo, shout out to Miss Shipsky.
There were some crazy middle school. Like I remember in middle school one time, and I mean you guys have heard this story 100 times, but like I said,
Jimmy VC.
yeah, I was like he has a blue waffle, and like I literally said it to like one other person. I said it to like one other person. Like that's all I meant to.
You probably
I
said
meant
to like
be.
Ramon. And
Yeah.
Ramon didn't keep his mouth shut.
Yeah. Or like
Yo, quick shout out to like Ramon.
It would be.
yeah. I think I said it to him. I was like, you have a blue waffle.
Or like Kyle.
Or I was like talking to somebody else, and then like somebody told somebody else, and then somebody told somebody else, and by lunch everybody in the school was like, Jimmy Beezy has a blue waffle. And our teacher comes up to us at lunch. Meanwhile, keep in mind, like, we're in the same class with us, so we're sitting at the same. I'm literally sitting like right next to him because my whole angle, I'm like, dude, like, I'm sorry, like, because I knew he was like telling on me, like, I didn't want to get in trouble. And I'm trying to
really
like,
upset. I remember that.
I felt bad also because he was crying. Like, I genuinely felt bad. And I was trying to psychologically help him, like, because I felt just like I remember like just like feeling bad because like. Yeah, I fucked up. Like, I said something I probably shouldn't have, but I meant to say it to like him or like one kid, and it was like, fuck. I didn't mean to like spread it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it just caught like wildfire, and like then Miss Shifty comes up to me. She's like, I know what that is, and that's disgusting. and I was like, yeah. I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was just kind of like.
I think she understood though that.
It is what it
These
is.
are middle school kids, and they're just gonna say
shit, yeah.
without.
Well, no, I knew what it. I knew what it was.
No,
I
but
looked
like,
it up.
Actually, like, understand like what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, we all know what.
Because we find out what it is, and we're like, oh, but like you look back and you're like, wait, what? Because now if you would say that shit, you'd be like, what the fuck?
Interesting story.
Well, no, I was gonna say when I was reffing a few weeks ago. I don't know if I told you this, but I was reffing a few weeks ago, and like. I've been refereeing like a lot of girls' games, and there would either be boys, like either it's like their like brothers and like the friends, or like the kids like just from other sports like on a different field. Dude, they are like they just literally say like any curse word, like every single one, and like the most like bold like between 12 and 14, and they say like the most vulgar. No, they say the most vulgar stuff. Especially like in a time period where it's like, I wouldn't say that out loud. Like, you know, like rape. Like they would like casually use that. I'm like, that's
what? This just took such a turn. Like,
no, like you know,
like just classic sports shit talking to like I'm gonna fucking rape you.
I got like raped on that turn, like something like that, like something so stupid.
If I was a ref, I'd be like, what?
no, this was like this was like after like the game, and like like the teams are talking to her. I'm like, oh my god, like, and they're saying this like with girls around them.
They're kids, yeah.
No, there's girls around them, and I'm like, oh my god, like that's terrible.
I just remember like 14 years old being like the worst like age for like just like between like I mean just like from like. I guess from my personal experience would just be like hockey. I just remember like just people just that was like that's like a fucked up age when you're playing sports because like everybody because it's like once you hit 16 I feel like everybody's just kind of like all right like at 14 everybody's like super fucking super fucking serious about it, and two like it's like that's when like all your hormones are like raging and like you don't know what to do with your penis and you're just like and you're just like fucking like and you're like they would just send kids out there and beat the shit out of each other, and parents get in like parents fuel a lot of it.
Oh
like,
my gosh, you have no That's like a ref, like it's like the parents, and the parents are always like the biggest idiots because they have no idea what they're talking about. Because most of that, like 8 out of 10 parents don't know the rules.
Don't know dick, Especially like I mean I don't know, I'm sure it's the same with any sport, but just like since like hockey isn't generally like that big like in like just like New Jersey, you know what I'm saying? Well, it's pretty big, but I'm saying like it's not like Canada where like everybody knows a lot about hockey. It's like Jersey, you might get some people who don't like you know what I'm saying? And then like you'll just hear parents just yell like just like the stupidest shit, like especially when I would because I didn't really ref, but like
the most obvious shit.
I get so pissed off on that.
Keep
like
your eye on the ball. Like no shit. Thanks.
That's what everybody's trying to do. Like,
Come on, you gotta score.
That's like sometimes we would get in the huddles for like a hockey team and it'd be like, all right, like what's the plan? They'd be like, score more goals than the other team. Like, all right. But like,
I was watching a show today and they're like doing something like illegal or something. He's like, like you gotta be fast, He's like, no, I'm gonna do this slow and get caught and like, like no shit, like why are you saying that?
Yeah, exactly.
Parents do that shit all the time.
Or like let's say like a kid like falls down and then like they get right back up because you know either they're a competitor or you just don't want to be on the ground, and like the parents are like, oh wow, like, did you see like Tommy, like he just got knocked out but you got right back up. Yeah, like it's human instinct to get back up. Like
Yeah.
no one wants to be on the ground at all, especially if they're competitors and they want to get back in.
Soccer when they flop. No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I've seen. I
Yeah.
have seen some crazy flops in soccer. Like,
I was.
It's almost like a part of it now. It's kind of sad.
No, wait.
Yeah.
I was like the center ref, and I like refed like my most like competitive like game. Like it was like 2 teams that were top 50 in the country,
yeah.
and this like girl, like she like got fouled, but like it was a flop. I was like, nice flop, because like I was in the center, like I got, I was like, yeah, nice flop.
She's like, fuck you, ref.
Yeah.
She was like, she was so like what? What?
That's what you say to me.
Oh, anyway, when we were talking about middle school, I was gonna say, why don't you tell your famous middle school lunch story?
About what? Mount Valente?
Your pin.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that.
I already want to know.
No, I'm not talking about it.
Can I talk about it?
No, because it's not. I don't want it to go on my podcast.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Yeah.
Well, okay, wait.
I share
wait,
too much in this podcast.
No, I was gonna say, can you edit it out and then like?
John doesn't really edit. We'll just talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, we'll just talk about it afterwards. Yeah, we'll talk about it after the cameras go
I
on.
thought you were going to talk about Matt Valente, and I was like, that wasn't me. That was Brad.
The shit socks.
No, no. Like someone said something. Like someone asked Matt Valente if he watched gay porn, and he said,
I love how that's like where it starts.
no, and he said no, and Brad heard yes, and Brad was like, oh really? Like watch that, and like spread it to the whole school.
Jeez,
I
that's
felt
fucked
so
up.
bad. I was like,
That's
oh,
like classic just bullying. Like that's so fucked. Shout out to Matt Valente.
Oh, shout out to Brad Basile.
Yeah, shout out to Brad.
Last time I was on, we talked about how he prank called Gabby Murphy.
Oh my god, that was terrible. That was.
This is what was the thing? It was like something with
Gibby
Gibby.
Gibbs.
Gibby Gibbs. Yeah.
Every
This-
every prank call.
This is Gibby Gibbs, and you've just been prank called.
Oh, I forgot to bring fucking Brandon and Kenny.
Yeah.
Prank called Deal.
Yeah.
They were like,
Shout out to Deal.
The weirdest
And it was like
stuff.
either Brandon or Kenny, and they were like they'd be together.
Yeah.
And Brandon would be like they'd call and Deal would be like hello, and Brandon would be like, Kenny Lagaki's in love with you. And Kenny'd be like, no, Brandon Jones is in love with you. And they would just like yell back and forth. They have a hard day while they're calling her. Like obviously they. No, I didn't say that. Brandon Jones is in love with you.
That's fucking funny.
Just, like, they would just go
I should have them on the podcast. And you know who else I gotta have on? Joe Vigiani. Yeah, I gotta have them all on at the same time.
Where is Joe?
Wait, remember Joe and
Who
Kenny
knows?
used to go live on Instagram?
Yeah, it would be funny. Joe would be like, girls with their I forget what he would say. He'd be like, girls with their like nose rings or something, like, or like these people going. He said he had this story about people that go to It was like something about like
Rollers.
Yeah.
They have, like, oh no, they're scooters.
They're kids. He was like kids with their fucking scooters and Voorhees, like.
And they
Yeah.
call Roger.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was funny. I'm gonna have them like all on the podcast together. Like,
Roger?
no, not
Not
Roger.
Roger. Just Joe,
Yeah.
Kenny, and Brandon. That'd be
Yeah.
a fucking Gibby.
Yeah, Gibby Gibbs. This is Gibby Gibbs. Like, yeah, I should have Gibby on. I'm gonna start having just a shit ton of people on, like,
Anybody. Like,
yeah.
something you haven't
Just
talked about.
goons, yeah.
Come
Get,
through and-
Yeah.
get Nina.
I'm not having Nina on. Shout out to Nina if she's watching, but I would rather just not have her on.
Mark's
I
hanging
just-
out
yeah.
with her.
Yeah, I'd rather not have her on either. You should though, yeah.
Well,
Shout out to Katie Schmoyer.
no, just like catch up, cause she's like, did I tell you like she's like swiped up on my story before?
Yeah, just like talk to you.
Yeah.
Randomly.
Like randomly.
She followed me with her new Instagram.
Yeah. She
Because
got
she got
hacked.
hacked.
I talked to her hacker. I didn't even know it. Yeah, I
Mark's getting catfished.
No, I was just like, I was like, oh, this is like really sketchy.
Katie's like, send me your credit card number.
And she's like,
the 3-digit pin on the back.
no, and the guy was like, LOL, like, no,
It was
it's,
like, dude.
and she's like, LOL, no, it's not, bro. And I was like, I don't remember Katie ever calling me bro, but yeah.
God. Dante,
What's your social security number?
Dante, didn't you guys have like a weird ass math teacher, Lewis?
Depends who talking
Was
about.
it like Shanaki or some shit?
Shanaki?
Yeah, I heard some.
I didn't take him.
You didn't have him?
Yeah, I was on
I
the
heard some
regular.
wild stories
No,
about
like,
that guy.
didn't like
I know
Freddie
he
or
was-
Sean like have like these weird
Freddie,
stories?
I think had it. Freddie had him.
I know he was arguing with Arfa a lot.
Well, there's a surprise.
What, the teacher or?
Did I ever tell you
What
the?
teacher hasn't?
Yeah, did I ever tell you the story of when I put Did you guys remember when I put
Didn't he-
cheese on R5's
Yeah,
like?
he fell to him.
Yeah, but I like before he filed a HIB, I blocked him with like a counseling like complaint. I was like, a student's trying to file a HIB against me and it is unlawful. Like it was like some shit like that, and they brought. So let me go back to the beginning of the story. So there was like one of those like cheese and crackers things with a little red stick on like his desk, and I just figured like not for him to sit on it, but like I put it there. I'm like, I'll put it on his seat just because like I know little shit like that will just like he'll be like, what the fuck, like so like I
don't think we bullied R5, but like.
there was definitely a lot of like
Jack
little
did.
yeah.
Jack.
Well, Jack's just like Jack's idea of like having fun with people is like let's just like fucking like
R5
You know
just
what I mean?
gave
Like-
the biggest reactions all the
Yeah.
time.
You can't feed him.
you can't do that shit,
Yeah,
man.
like-
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's his fault because that's
It's
just
not,
really
yeah.
not. But like when you do give like a reaction like that, it just like makes it.
When you
It
show
just makes
emotion.
people want to do it more.
No,
like,
when
it
you
makes,
show
like,
emotion, it
Yeah,
makes
it
you
makes
look
it-
weak.
makes it- makes it
Like,
work.
When he would get angry, Jack would like just laugh so hard. And making
Yeah.
Jack seem like a terrible person. They kind of just went back and forth.
But it was like yeah, like
It's
it
not
was
like Arfad didn't do
like
anything to him. They kind of just went back and forth.
everybody because I feel like everybody was still friendly. Like
didn't you
Yeah.
try and
In, like,
pick up
a-
a desk
yeah.
and hit Jack
Yeah,
with
we were
it?
in the back of Miss Loring's class, and Arfad used to sit on my right. And
Yeah.
somehow Arfad got behind. So it was like Arfad here, me, and then Nick Martin, and then Taylor and Jack, and then Rashani
Uh-huh.
was somewhere in the mix. And then fucking
Shout out to
Arfad,
Rashawn.
yeah, shout out to Rashani.
fucking Arfad moved behind Jack, and Jack kept fucking with him. And Arfad gets up and picks the desk and is gonna fucking throw it at him. Miss Loring's like, no, put it down. She's like yelling at him.
I feel
That's
bad.
so
Miss Lauren had
funny.
to deal with so much, and she like
Yeah.
handled it like a champ. And
She was awesome, man.
She's awesome.
I never
She was,
had
like,
her,
what,
but
5'1"?
nah.
She was like 5'1". Yeah, she had like
She was the coolest.
She did.
had
She
the power of,
ran
like a 6'9".
like the mountain from Game of Thrones. Like she ran Mr. Highland and she was really cool during all of it.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
I felt so dumb in that class. Like I've never felt more dumb in my life
her
than in
class?
that class because I'm just not, like I would get like pretty high B's, but like I can just never
What-
get an
what
A.
was it?
Fucking
Pre-calc.
algebra 2.
Oh, algebra,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, we had algebra 2, and I'm just not good at math.
Yeah.
But I would get like high B's because like in high school I did all the work and like I
Yeah,
didn't fuck
yeah.
around. But like me and Nick Martin were just the two idiots that sat next to each other that like just if you got like an A on like the benchmark or whatever, she'd like
Yeah.
bring in cupcakes and everyone would eat
Yeah.
cupcakes, and me and Nick Martin would be the only two idiots that didn't
Not
get
eating.
cupcakes.
Aw.
And we would just sit there and we just feel so stupid.
Me and Nick Martin sat in the Cetos together, and we both failed the marking period, and we were like high fiving and shit. She got so mad. She was like, "Why are you?" She was like, "Really? You guys are high fiving about that?" And I was like, "It's, lady, it's been done. Like the deed has been done. like we have to. You know what I mean? Like we just have to sit and it is what it
How's
is."
this again?
This is pre-cop honors. Yeah, I got butt raped.
Was it senior year? Or?
No,
I got fucked
junior year.
hard by pre-cal.
Rigney taught 2 classes, and then Nacito had one. Well, it was
Nacito, my
Niccolo.
aunt.
Niccolo,
Miss
yeah.
Niccolo, my aunt.
The era of Niccolo, yeah. I had her 3 years in a row. I had her for pre-algebra 2 accelerated, pre-calc honors, which was butt, and then I took calc accelerated. Yeah, and that was like literally the calc was the easiest one out of all of them. Like all the other ones, I was just like, but I think it was just because I never did my work. Like,
No, Siebert,
Yeah.
shout out to Mr. Siebert. No, you know who's like a real shout out we should give to? Shout out to Sam Dorothy and Amanda.
yeah,
Clark.
shout out to Sam and Amanda.
Real ones.
What
Facts.
made you think of
Were they the ones that like?
I need to text them sometime. I haven't seen them.
Yeah.
Because
I
they're
mean, they
real
were in
ones.
Team Pep. They're my homies. Like Sam and Amanda are two of the funniest people I know,
I
honestly.
hang out with Justin. We hang out with Justin all the time. Amanda's brother.
Yeah,
Terminator.
yeah.
Poor guy.
He's funny,
He
bro.
has a. It's not official, but he thinks he has a girl.
You're not supposed to. No, we're not.
It's like
He doesn't want to. That's not supposed to be a known thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my bad.
No shout outs there.
Oh,
Yeah. It's here moving on because like this is like a short snippet that nobody will probably listen to if we just move on from this conversation. I'm like, and now what do I say? More words are coming out of my mouth.
I'm pretty sure we all watching basketball right now. See what the greatest one of the greatest runs in NBA history, aka Kawhi Leonard.
Dude,
That boy is dirty.
it's a shame that they don't have a shot at all.
I don't know. Basketball? Is that
Steph Curry is a killer. He's such a
And
killer.
Draymond's balling.
Yeah,
They
Clay
just
doesn't even
should.
have to do anything.
They
But dude,
should, yeah.
like the difference between the Bucks series and the 76ers series is the 76ers series it was Pascal Siakam and Kawhi Leonard and that's it. The Bucks series it was Kyle Lowry,
Who's that
Gasol,
one guy?
Van Fleet.
Yeah, Van Fleet hit a lot
No,
of threes. And
Powell.
no, they had like Harkless. That's it. No, that's the Blazers.
No,
They had someone off the bench that was like.
no,
really
the
good.
Blazers. I thought that was the Clippers. Harkless.
No, I'm pretty sure he's Blazers. And he
No,
came
he's
off-
Harkless. No, it's Blazers.
Yeah, it's Blazers. But he was coming off the bench for the Blazers against the.
No, but Van Fleet was just dropping dropping threes.
Threes,
And
yeah.
same with Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry
bench.
was so
The-
terrible against the 76ers. And he would just always
Really?
whine. No,
Yeah,
he
had a
whined.
bad series.
The only one that was consistent in that
Yeah.
series was Kawhi Leonard
Yep.
and Jimmy Butler.
Oh.
And that's it.
Yeah, them two stars folded like a
Dude,
folded
Kawhi Leonard is
Do
like
you think
a
them
killer.
getting to the finals is enough for Kawhi to stay?
Sixers?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
probably.
He needs to
If he really wants to go to LA,
I mean,
he's
they
gonna go
love
to LA.
him. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
He brought to the fucking finals for
those
us.
fans,
He
like.
did.
I mean,
He
if
did
they
more-
win, do you think he'll even
If
stay?
He did more for that
I
one
feel like
franchise
if
than like.
I feel like now that they
everybody
get to the,
does.
I feel like almost he'll stay more if they lose. Like if he's there and they
Yeah.
win, he's like, all right, I brought you a championship. I'm going to LA.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
If they don't win, and like the fans were like that, like passionate and like Drake.
Yeah.
and whatever the
What
fuck
fan
he's
are
like.
you?
Jake's funny.
I like Chicago Bulls.
Jake
Oh.
Jake talks mad shit on
So
the.
I feel like he'll almost like want to stay more and
You
get.
got like
Yeah.
the Suns pick
Did
with-
you see
I
Drake
mean,
made
I just
the
watched
Bucks
the
owner's
76ers
daughter
last
his
year at
Instagram
City.
Yeah,
profile
yeah,
picture?
Really got into
What?
it.
Because he had
He was there when he made the playoffs. huh?
Dante, who was the rapper
Yeah.
that was on the Bucks owner's shirt that she was like trying to troll Drake?
Oh, Pusha T.
Pusha T, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, him and Drake and Pusha T are always like beefing,
Yeah, it's
like
really-
random.
No,
stuff.
what's it called? I actually
Yeah.
watched a lot of games.
Okay.
No, I watched a lot of regular. I went to 5 games this year.
Ooh, I didn't even go to any Bulls games this year.
I think the
This
best
is
one was the
fun.
Brooklyn Nets. So I got the trifecta for the one-nies.
Didn't you go on the court?
Oh yeah, I did. I went to.
Oh, shit.
What was it? So I saw them play the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah.
That was December 2nd. December 10th, they played the Pistons, and I was like 10 feet
Oh,
away
was
from
that-
Andre
Did
Drummond.
Blake Griffin play that game?
No, he was out.
Oh, that's garbage.
I was like 10 feet away from Andre Drummond. I'm like, yo,
Man,
this
you got
guy,
some good
yo,
ass
this guy,
tickets.
this guy's like shorts are pretty low. That's like they're like dudes, they're like past his knees. I'm like, is this man like sagging like while playing?
That's like that was big in like 2000s, right?
Yeah,
90s,
yeah,
2000s was
yeah.
big.
They
Yeah.
went from like short shorts to everything was baggy as fuck.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
pride ties.
Yeah,
Sure,
they
sure.
went
So
baggy.
everything went over. Bro, I just
Well-
like that for what was it that decade day on high school.
Oh yeah, I remember
Had
that.
a wave
I
chemistry.
do.
Dante had a durag on, yeah,
That's
with the
right.
Laker jersey.
Yeah.
That's
and,
Yeah.
That's right. That's
We all-
right.
we all dressed up.
That day.
We were
They
all
saw you
greasers.
in the
Yeah,
jersey.
that was kind of
We were all
fun.
greasers.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything. I did not do anything.
Yeah, bro.
That was fun. Like that type of stuff was fun. I thought.
Bro, they had this Sean senior year. They had
Yeah.
like a spirit week for like every season. They had a
Yeah.
pep rally.
Really?
They did like an actual pep rally and had like actual spirit week for
Yeah.
each season.
Have the pep.
Our
rallies-
pep rallies were just like everybody went home. Like,
Like
Yeah.
yeah, if you were a senior, you were just trying to dip
yeah.
because like you just get out of the
Yeah,
senior lot and
That's
go.
just so like that's
Yeah.
just like so like stupid that they like made you like stay there and you would get in big
Well,
trouble.
No, I feel like it would have been better if everyone fucking participated.
Yeah, and it was like if
Like seniors
people were
supposed
like,
to be like the most nuts and win the pep rally, you know? Like we almost lost.
yeah, we
Like, I
sucked.
just like pay.
No,
pay
no.
gave it
Sophomore
to
year,
us.
Our-
sophomore year was lit though. We
We
got
def-
second.
we
just
definitely
managed
had-
to beat them.
But we definitely had like the least passionate class overall. I think.
I don't think.
No,
I think
the
I think it
class
was like
after
the
us.
juniors and then us. The sophomores and freshmen. I mean, all the once the freshmen now, everything's just going
Yeah.
downhill.
Yeah,
All those kids
yeah.
are like, they're fucking juuling in the bathrooms freshman
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
What's a jewel?
I didn't even know what like.
Yeah, we didn't. Even, we
never-
never. We never saw. We never. Yeah, we never saw. Yeah.
Like fat stuff.
We never saw a jewel once. I never saw a jewel once in Highland.
I didn't see it until
I think I think it
college.
was vape, not like a
You know,
jewel.
Like vapes, yeah, but that was like the pre-era, like the kids that vaped were like the same ones who were like you know like skateboarding and shit, yeah. Like with a big like vape tank and like a thing, but like I didn't just see like a fucking little jewel like when I first got to Highland, like high school opened my eyes up because that's the first time I saw kids like walking out of school smoking a cigarette. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, but then I realized, like, oh shit, like this is like,
This is high school.
yeah. But then like as we got like a little older, it was like high school was just like a bull. Like it was just like I don't know. Like, do you remember that kid Cassine? Shout out to Cassine.
No, I don't remember him.
He was I think he was like in our grade, but he was like a grade below because he like got held back or something. But he was just such like a he's just like I mean he's
like a big
yeah.
I remember.
He's just one of the bulls like I remember like just like I would have study hall and like do you guys remember Marcus Negron? Shout out to Marcus. He's literally the biggest like clown. Like yeah, just like such a troll. Yeah.
From South Park.
Yeah.
But my brother calls the bathrooms at Highland the jewel office.
The jewel office.
He's like, why he doesn't understand why there's toilets in the jewel.
Somebody took a shit in the jewel room.
Do they really do it that much?
Oh yeah, kids go into the bathroom and just hit their jewel.
Yeah, you gotta feed
That's
that.
so
Gotta feed
sad.
that nicotine addiction.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
At least in college, like the kids just do it in
Like
class.
jewels are literally
Yeah.
meant. Jewels are literally meant
To
so
get people off cigarettes, yeah.
Because like they get the nicotine, but they don't get all the other bad chemicals and shit.
That's how e-cigs really started.
It's like,
And now like Juul markets.
it's like
towards
those, it's like
kids.
how you those used to watch those like really like older movies like from 10 years or like 20 or 30 years or like the cool
Yeah.
or like the
I
juvenile
remember we
movies,
watched a
smoking
movie in
cigarettes.
like
Yeah.
we watched a movie in like Sense class, and like one of like the main things was like how everyone was like smoking. It was like the '60s movie. We watched the '60s.
I
Oh, yeah,
enjoyed.
yeah.
I enjoyed those
Yeah,
movies.
everyone was smoking.
Yeah. You want cigarettes on that sandwich?
Okay.
What am I, Mary? Of course I want cigarettes. Like,
Smoking cigarettes while being broadcasted on television.
And
Yeah.
they were drinking beers and smoking cigarettes. So
like it was like no big fucking deal. Yeah.
insane.
And then, but it's like I feel like we grew up in the helicopter parent like generation. So like, you know what I'm saying? Just because like the digital like, put it this way, like kids in the 70s and 80s had so much more freedom because like you would go out for the day and like, not, you know what I mean? Like your kid would just be out and it's like your kid could be drinking beer, your kid could be smoking a cigarette in like a group because they were so like hit like you know like try it like and you like, but like with us it's like I feel like everything we did when we went out, our parents like called us and were like,
We were like,
where are you? Like,
Mainly
yeah,
because-
exactly. That's what I'm
mainly
totally
because
saying.
check in where I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Mainly
think
because
if,
those parents are the ones that like did that stuff.
they did
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
our
So
parents
we didn't get to
our
have
parents-
fun.
Our parents did the dumb shit, so it's
Yeah,
like
they did
Yeah.
the dumb shit. You're like, yeah, you're not doing any of the dumb shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's ridiculous.
So everything got more stricter, like with all
Yeah.
the rules.
Yeah.
Which is like astonished. Like it amazes me that like people are getting more strict, and then there's like just like idiots, like kids that like are just doing the dumbest shit. ever.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well,
where are your parents?
yeah.
Like, what are they
Sometimes,
doing?
sometimes too, like if parents are extra strict, people like those kids will like lash out more. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll rebel more. Whereas like it's like if you give your kid like some leniency, they'll kind of just like do what like maybe once in a while they might do like some crazy shit, but like they're just kind of. But I understand what you're saying. Like that's a complete like disassociative
If you have
parent.
like strict parents that like kind of don't know what's going on, they're just kind of just being strict, and
Yeah.
kids are just gonna like. But, like I don't know.
or those very overprotective parents.
So like my
Like-
parents weren't like strict, but, like
There's gotta be discipline. There's gotta be
I
discipline.
know like my like
Your
my
limits,
place.
yeah.
I don't want like if I ever did anything like that, I knew I was fucking dead.
Yeah,
I was-
yeah.
That's what surprised me with some kids. It's like, don't like some of the people like that would go to Highland. It's like, don't you like know like that this is just not right? Like that you
Yeah.
shouldn't be doing this.
I feel like at the time when you're like when you're there, I guess let's just say high school. Like when you're there in high school, you feel like you're a lot older than you really are. I guess when you look back, you know what I'm saying? Because like it feels like all that is that empty.
Oh yeah.
Feels like all that shit is like commonplace, like at the time. But then like looking back, even after just like a few years, you're like, wow, like, because like when you're think about how like when like party when you thinks like when you're 14 and 15, like oh you're in high school, like you're ready to like party and shit. But then also you look back and you're like that's still kind of like a child, you know what I mean? Like yeah. And we're still. I mean, like it's like. You could say like a 30-year-old is a child, you know what I mean? Like I'm sure that's what 60-year-olds say. Like, but like.
You a child until you're like 90 years old. Like,
Yeah.
Look at that 7-year-old fucking chill child.
I remember in my day we used to have Justin Bieber and Lil Yachty and Lil Dicky. That was real music, not this beep bop boop boop beep shit. Yeah. Nah, man, you're thinking of the one that goes bop bop beep boop bop. SpongeBob.
Ooh, bop.
Somebody's gonna like open up to like this part of the Somebody's gonna open up to this part of the podcast, and we're just gonna be like beep boop bop bop beep. Like they're like, what the fuck is going on?
On the robot. I never thought I'd say this, SpongeBob, but let's get that poop.
Oh my god, the robot stuck the Navy. Not the Navy.
Do you guys remember like YouTube poop episodes of like SpongeBob? Like
Yeah.
YouTube poop. You ever watch YouTube poop? Like, just like, or like I remember like the first YouTube videos I remember watching.
My butt is like.
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember the first YouTube videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the first like YouTube videos I ever watched. I remember like in 2008 like the SpongeBob SquarePants like Soulja Boy remix. It was like yeah like the Soulja Boy like voiceover.
I would like stay over. I'd be watching by like my grandma, and she had like one of those like big computers in like the back.
Yeah.
Me and my brother would just sit on fucking YouTube for like 3 hours until our parents picked us up.
Grandma's cookies.
Yeah,
Grandma's. I remember it was like the YouTube poop. Yeah, like that. It was like grandma's ass cheeks or like something like that. Just like when you're like 11, like that shit makes you like curl up into a ball and die laughing. Like
they pull out like the sideburns, pubic.
Okay, come on, it's still be like funny now.
yeah, it probably would still be funny now to watch.
If we put it on now, I'd still laugh.
Yeah.
But middle school will always be marked as makes me
Dude.
mad. 35. Oh
Middle-
my god.
Middle school's such a crazy ass age, man.
Remember Fred?
Yeah, and
I
like
know.
elementary school and like middle school. And then Fred was on iCarly. I'm like, oh shit, Fred kind of blew up. Like, Fred was on Tosh.0. Like, Fred got a lot of clout.
And then he dropped like a couple, like a triple, like a few movies, a show.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
a movie with
And then
John
he
Cena.
disappeared.
He had
Drop
like
a
music,
drop on
video,
Chris O'Leary.
like music videos and shit.
Yeah. And then he just dipped out. Like, shout out to Fred. But yeah, dude. Like,
And Smosh. I watched a lot of Smosh.
Smosh was
I never watched Smosh, but I've like seen it on YouTube a
Smosh
lot.
was
Smosh is so
Yeah.
ruined.
And then I turned
Did you
14,
guys-
I turned 12. I said, yo, this shit garbage.
Did you guys watch Niga Higa?
No, I never.
I
watched
used
that.
to. I used to.
Yeah.
The one YouTuber I watch now, I like collab with him a decent amount.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. I remember watching his like original videos. It was like the iPhone human, just like the dumbest shit. Like,
How to be a ninja.
yeah.
How to,
That was like his big video.
that's just
Yeah. Remember how like back then it was like to be like big on YouTube you just had to have like one video. I feel like it's not really like that anymore.
That would blow up.
Yeah, like Numa Numa, like my yeah. Or like that's like in South Park when they have all the viral video people in the same place. They have all the viral video people in the same place, and like the Numa Numa guy gets like stabbed in the head by like chocolate rain. like chocolate rain. Dante Rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain. I think that's where that came from. Like Dante Rain and Sean Rain. Sean Rain just became like I don't even know how that stuck.
Did Freddie start that?
yeah.
I think so, yeah. Shout out to Freddie.
I think Freddie started that.
Yeah.
And Freddie started Kev Love.
Sure.
Oh, was that Jawan?
Or Nick
That's
Thomas.
that's like a
Oh,
bad.
like, wait.
That's a
No,
basketball
it's
reference.
Jawan, but then like Freddie
kinda
said it to like
Freddie said it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Freddie wish me happy. I haven't talked to Freddie in like a year or something. Freddie wished me a happy birthday, like happy birthday, Kev Love.
Kev
And I was like,
Quick shout out to just Juwan Smith. and-
Juwan, goddamn,
My
goddamn.
favorite
Antoine.
year was freshman year. Yeah, because it was
and who was like
Antoine?
Steve? Remember Steve
Steve.
Smith?
Dude, Steve was.
Who?
Steve, you know Spencer Smith?
Oh yeah.
He had like an older brother named Steve. He was like a
Yeah.
Ninja Turtle.
I know you're talking about.
Who's Spencer
Niggas
Smith?
call him. niggas call him-
He went to Gun Landing with us. Well, he's a year older.
He was like
He
a.
played
Okay.
football.
Yeah, he played football.
He's friends with like. He was always over Gabe's playing at his house.
Okay.
Football squad.
Sounds familiar.
Dude, Antoine, Juwan, and Nick Thomas.
Nick Thomas is the
Because
funniest
Juwan
person.
would be like,
Nick Thomas.
Antoine is just so like.
Like
dumb.
Jawan was funny, but then like when he was with Nick, like it was just added to me.
Yeah.
Oh my, dude.
Now Nick Thomas is bullying. But you follow him. He's got his kid, and he just posts all like fight videos on his Instagram stories.
Really?
Yeah. It's like World Star fights. Like there's all
Yeah.
on his Instagram.
One
And
of
then
his,
just like his kid.
No, I mean, yeah, on his Instagram stories, it's either like his kid or like he just like posts like reposts like
Like a fight.
Yeah.
What
One
does
of the-
he do? That
Nick-
now?
Yeah, that's what he
One of
Nick
the
Tom.
funniest times ever, I was on the bus. We were going to Salem, right? And
Soccer.
yeah, quick side note, it's actually funny. I played the goalie on Salem is my frat brother.
Oh my god.
That's funny.
Quick shout out to TJ Humphreys, who just graduated. Anyways, they were cracking me up so hard. I actually like peed my pants like on the bus like 3 times. 'Cause I was laughing so hard. And I remember like walking on the bus and literally like falling, like laughing like on my knees because they were like, because Dave was also like when it was Dave.
Marvin.
No, not Marvin. It was
Who's
Dave.
that
Ackman.
other, they had that who was the other kid? That was like he was like they had a senior night and like him and Jawan like never played, and this kid played striker. I forget his name.
No, I know who you're talking about.
Is it Mark?
Ah,
He was like very African. He had like the accent and everything.
yeah. No, I forget it. I forget his name. It's not Alpha. It's not Alpha or.
Oh yeah.
No, that okay. Next year.
Do you guys remember what was that girl's name that played and she missed? She went to kick the ball.
Lexi the Kayo.
No, it was a really tall like.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Is it Talia? Yeah. I don't even know. I just remember we were at a soccer game and just like fucking. I remember she like went to like she like started like rushing up and she went to kick the ball and she just like whiffed on it like. Like-
Senior night.
Yeah.
Oh.
We had to like. We seriously. We like all like fell like on the benches. We were like this. We're like, oh my god. We couldn't. We like. We could not hold it in. It was.
I felt bad too, but it was just like the type of shit just happens like you just can't not laugh at. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, something.
No, because she really went hard for it and just like it wasn't even like a ball that she should have whipped on.
I remember one
It was
time.
a penalty shot. It was like a free kick or some shit.
No, it was.
I think
literally
it was like
just
during
one.
play.
It
Yeah.
was literally just
Oh.
one.
You
Like
a
slow
breakaway.
And she went to kick it with like a 90.
She was on a breakaway.
Just fucking whip.
She kicked it with like a 90-degree foot. She was just like,
Oh, God.
like
No, I think she actually kicked it and it went.
I don't remember.
what was funny? What was I just gonna say? Fuck, I just had it. I just had like a story like about a sports. Yeah. Yeah, something. It was all those things. No, it wasn't. Fuck.
What sport?
Oh, I went to a field hockey game with Jack for like Taylor's
We were
field
there.
hockey
Oh.
game.
With
And
fucking
Joe-
Lander?
Joe Tripoli was there and Lander was there and they rap battled.
No, Lander. No, were you there when Jeff said that one? Jeff.
Probably. We went to a few of them. Do you remember that?
Like,
I
we went to
can't
a few of the
remember.
field hockey games.
There was this big girl on the one field hockey team, and Jeff said that she looked like Fat Albert's mom. We fell.
my
We
God.
actually fell off the bleachers. Oh my god.
Jeff said,
He's like,
that bitch looks like Fat Albert's mom or just some shit. I could just imagine that. Like,
Oh.
I won't
did the parents turn around and fucking kill him?
I think
Like,
someone yelled at him. I don't
Yeah.
Someone yelled at him.
I remember one time he was like talking at a tennis match. He was like talking to the kid's mom. He was like talking to the kid's mom. And the kid was like, "Don't talk to my mom." Like,
Yeah, that was
fuck you.
that was
That was senior year.
what was like the high school that was like almost to Cumberland but like wasn't?
Williamstown.
Oh,
It was definitely Williamstown.
No,
No.
it wasn't Williamstown.
Shalleck?
Shalleck, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, Shalleck. Oh.
Shalleck, that's who it was that he was yelling at.
That's so funny. Because the kids, Jeff said something, and the kid was like, or the mom said something to him,
So like, sure.
and he was Jeff was like, "Shut up!" Like,
No, he was like, it was. He didn't even curse. He didn't say anything like disrespectful. He was basically like, she said, "You gonna get this one?" He said, "He's not." It's like,
and then the kid was like, "Don't talk to my mom."
so I was just, I ain't even
It was
cursing.
like, tell her to stop talking to me.
Yeah. What a fucking comeback. Fuck.
Oh my
The best was when we'd be like Kingsway and Jeff was like, "Ah." Like,
god.
and like,
laughing at kids so hard.
yeah.
I got cracked.
So
up.
funny. It was just funny, like, see, like, we were all on JV, so, like, me and Ryan would, like, play our, me and Ryan would, like, play our match, and then, like, we would go watch, like, or, like, I don't even know, like,
Probably Jeff.
yeah, probably, we would always go watch Jeff, me and Ryan played together, but then I think me and Zach, like, played together,
Yeah.
like, so we would play together, and, like, play,
Ryan played with Freddie.
yeah, we would play, like, Kingsway's, like, JV first doubles, and they would be all, like, this and shit, and, like, we would fucking play them, and then, like, we would get done, probably get, like, smacked, and then, like, go watch Jeff's match, and Jeff was playing some, like, playing some kid named, like, Rajneesh, or something close to that, and, like, Jeff would just fuck with people so bad. It was so funny because, like, I remember one of them would always tell Jeff, like, he'd be like, stay out of no man's land, which I guess was, like, in, like, the middle of the tennis court, and Jeff would stand there and just reach around the court, like, for every shot. Yeah.
Extendo arm.
Yeah.
Jeff's arm could reach end line to end line.
The best is when Caleb, like, brought a racket and Jeff, like, used it once, and Jeff was like, I like this. And just took it. Just, like, fucking, like, I was like, are you serious?
And then, like, he was using it so much, and Caleb, like, wanted it back in the middle of the season. I was like, Caleb, like, as much as, like, that's yours, and you have every right to take it, like, Jeff's playing good. Like, don't take that racket back.
Yeah. Because, like, who gives a fuck? I mean, like, I don't care about people.
Still in Jeff's door.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't care about people using my shit, but, like, Jack would just break my fucking rackets. Like,
Did he do it like twice?
I don't know about John's. He broke one of John's 100%.
Yeah, and I
he
remember
broke it the whole way, and then he was all like,
Yeah,
he's like such a cheap fuck.
weird.
I love
I think
Jack,
that was
but he's
also
such a
Shalleck.
cheap fuck. Like,
I feel like that was also
Wait, were you
Shalleck.
really pissed off though?
well, because I was like, dude, this, you have to, like that's, like, I was like, you're borrowing something, like, you can't fucking compose yourself, like, you can't.
Jackson, we're playing Shalleck. We were first doubles. This was junior year, and Jack's like hitting bad shots at the back and like getting all pissed off. And he's like, this racket. He's like, I'm not used to this racket. And Jeff's like, Jeff already won his third singles match. He's sitting against like holding the fence, like just watching. He's like, it's not the racket, it's the one using the. He's like, it's not the racket, it's the player. And Jack like looked at him and fucking pegged the fucking racket at the fence. Like not like he could hit him. It's at the fence, and it fucking just snapped.
And I was so fucking mad. Like, are you kidding me? Like you can't, like, just the fact that, like, you can't be, like, you can't be an adult. Like, you can't be an adult for 5 seconds and not break somebody else's shit. But it was, I mean, it was
And
funny.
he wouldn't pay you.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not. I was like, all right. Yeah, I was like, all right, just buy me. I was like, buy me another one. And he, like, I was like, just buy me one. You broke it, just buy me a new one. And he was like, well. No, because that racket was used. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I should come to your house and rip you out of your house and beat the shit out of you. If you weren't like one of my best friends, I would totally do that. But, like, just like, I don't know, dude. He's just, that was just.
That logic.
That's another podcast. You gotta just tell Jack to come on and tell Jeff to come on, and don't tell them
that they're
the other person's coming.
Why?
Like reunite Jack and Jeff.
Wait, are they on bad terms?
I think Jeff's moved on.
No, but it's just like, it would be funny.
Don't you mean Jack's moved on?
No, Jeff's in a squad now with
Jeff's
Tyler McNelia and Dan Hatton.
Jeff's doing, like, Jeff's like, I mean, I hope he's doing good shit, but, like, I hope he's doing good shit, but it's just like, it's not good to like fall into that trap of just fucking
Jack's still like
getting fucked up every day.
Jack's still mudding and fishing and all that shit, and Jeff's like
Doesn't that get like,
drinking.
like I can understand like do that a few times like it's fun, but if you like do that all the time, it's just like that's annoying.
What?
Just to clean it, like keep cleaning it
In the
up.
car.
Yeah, and doesn't it like
Yeah, I got tired of it pretty fast, especially because like when you have the vehicle that can go into the woods, it's like everybody like I remember when I had the Jeep, because Jeff had already blown his up by then. Like he was driving like something else.
Jeff had blown
Like-
the Jeep. He was driving the fucking. He was driving my
Yeah,
car.
I mean,
like,
yeah,
red.
in his, yeah, my bad.
I
In,
saw that.
I'll go get it. I'll be right back.
Does anybody want anything?
Come on, that was so funny.
Wait,
He's like,
You want to
he's like,
fill up my cup?
I'll just, yeah.
oh, I was just.
Dante, talk to the camera while we
Alright, sure.
Mark, stay here. I'll get you.
Oh my god, come on, that's such a good line. Jeff already blew up. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was not good. Don't look, Dante. Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
You are now in the Dante section of the podcast.
What's up?
Dante Harrison.
It's your boy Dante Harris.
Dante Harrison.
Dante Harrison. I
Uh,
I'm so sorry. That is truly
That's right.
disrespectful. I just
That's
did
right,
that.
you're you, and I'm me.
That's also true.
Afternoon, morning, I don't know when it's gonna drop. It's your boy, Dante Harrison. It's been a while. Been a few videos. You know, I'm a bit fried, just a little bit. How you doing? Just a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Mid podcast break.
In one of Curb Your Enthusiasm episodes, like Larry David, he brings in this family called the Blacks, and they happen to be black. And the main like character from that family, Leon, is like super like hood rat and all that. And he'll always like be like you know what I'm saying? And Larry's like, yes, like I know exactly what you're saying. Like why do you always ask?
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
I do know what you are saying.
And then
That
he's
was.
like, sometimes like, you don't know what I'm saying. You really don't know what I'm saying.
What are you talking about?
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh yeah, I fuck with Curb Your
Such
Enthusiasm.
a great. Don't you think like people our age would absolutely love it?
Yeah, like not a lot of people are into it, but like Larry David is just like a funny character.
Well,
And Leon, like fucking
That's my favorite.
Leon will be like the one time I forget what episode it was. It was one of the like original episodes, with like one of the first episodes with him on there. Like it was like some type of premise, and Leon was just like you gotta flip that shit on Larry. Like you know what I'm talking
Oh
about?
wait, is it the skinhead or?
Yeah, where like he's like he.
Skinhead.
Larry goes to the fucking doc. Like the opening scene of the show is like Larry goes to the doctor and he comes back out of the waiting room and some skinhead is he looks. It's just some bald guy. Like he doesn't look like a total skinhead, but like he's like Larry's just like looking over and the guy goes, "What are you looking at, you fucking Jew?" or something like that. And Larry David's just looking like, "What the fuck?" Like, and he tells Leon about it, and Leon's
He's
like,
I punked out.
"Yeah."
Oh, you punked out.
He's like, "No, you gotta get up in that ass, Larry."
You gotta open that up. Get a Bunkin' Spur can and say, Larry was here.
Yeah.
You know, eat a Snickers bar. You know, throw it down.
This is making me kind of worried
because I didn't have this before I went to the beach the other day. This dot. I have like so many of those little like sun dots and freckles. I should probably get that checked out. I've just been low key. I feel like bad. I've been low key staring at it the whole podcast because I'm just like, I don't know. I don't mind it, but I probably should get it looked at. But I don't know.
Did you get burnt?
Not really. I got some like on like my shoulders.
I got like a shower today. My ears, like
It's
my
bad.
ears, it hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's like a weird place. To
Yeah,
be.
I don't know. It was like
Well, no, if you have a short haircut, it makes sense because like.
No, it is.
Did you
It's
spray
like
your
you
ears?
never
no, and I had a hat on, so like,
Yeah.
and, like right. That was like the only thing.
Yeah, I've gotten blisters there before. That's like a shitty place to get sunburned. Yeah.
It sucked getting a shower because like when the water just like hit
Yeah.
your head, it was hard.
I almost I almost forgot to spray my feet. Getting sunburned on the feet sucks ass because then you can't wear shoes for like a week.
Oh, I
Like,
know.
Yeah.
Socks hurt.
Yeah, like bad.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I got that one. It was like the beginning, like I was down the shore for like a week.
Yeah.
And you get somewhere on your feet like the first day, and like you can't walk on the boardwalk.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
horrible.
Yeah, that shit's brutal.
And I hate getting on my back, cause then I can't sleep. Like you can't just lay on your back.
Yeah, facts.
I have the worst farmer stand right now.
Yeah, mine's bad too.
Mine's kind of bad.
Like you can
Dante's farmer stand's pretty bad.
yeah.
Dante,
That's crazy.
Dante, don't black people get sunburn? I'm not making that up, right?
I felt like, well, I mean, it's very uncommon.
You can't see it.
I bet I've been to these multiple times. I've yet to have sunburn, but there was one point where my skin was peeling, so that's probably what's skin.
Yeah.
So that's probably what's sunburn.
Yeah.
But other than that,
You can't really see it, but it's like if you're under intense.
it's not
like,
it's
sun.
not like red because y'all have like.
Yeah.
For me, it's probably like lighter skin because the way my skin was, it was pretty like different shaded.
It was like light.
Yeah, like it was like a little bit
Yeah.
lighter than right here. So
Yeah, I feel that. Damn, that's crazy though. Like some people, I feel bad because like, I mean, obviously like, your white, like us white skinned folk get it worse, but like some, like have you ever seen somebody on the beach and you're just they're so fair, you're just like, how are you? Why are you even here?
Bro,
Like,
you know, it's because a lot of Europeans, it's basically like evolution type shit. So their skin is like a lot thicker in the cold.
Yeah, like-
because they don't have as much melanin.
Yeah, if that's
So
all
like
it is.
melanin is basically like
Yeah.
sea tones over and shit like that. So it's a lot easier
yeah.
for those of fair complexion.
And their skin reflects, or their skin like you see how like darker colors like absorb heat, I guess, and like white and lighter colors like reflect heat. So I feel like for like the snow, like and then like I feel like because like if you look at like airway passages for Europeans, they're smaller to like you know what I mean, like to like make the air warm when you're breathing it in. Compared to like airway passages for like you know everywhere in Africa and like all like it's like they're like wider. It's weird to think about like those like evolutionary traits like and shit like that.
Depending on like where you live.
Yeah,
It's like all accents and stuff. Like
yeah, true.
pick up different dialects and stuff.
Yeah, like I don't even know. I guess like
Like we have an accent.
we do it.
Yeah, you go to like
Like a Philly
if you
accent.
go like
Like,
to any state like that's not in like the tri-state area, like oh yeah, Jersey.
Like we
It's
say,
like what?
we say our
Yeah.
A's weird. Like how
We
you
say
how you say water?
water.
Water. Yeah, you
Water.
say water.
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 You know,
Water.
Yeah, water.
Water. Water truck. I don't know.
Like I don't know.
Water.
We just say our A's weird.
Water.
Like we'll call someone like an asshole. Like,
Asshole.
Yeah, like,
I say this.
Like,
Like, I'll be like,
what
what
do
do you know what's weird sometimes that I don't say? I hear like my stepdad and like some other people that like math. Like they say like they say math like math. Like but I do say my A's like if I say ass like I'm like ass. Like I sound like ass. Like ass. Like I don't know like ass. Like arse.
Arse,
Like,
yeah, arse.
yeah.
Shite.
Shite.
And then
I had a British professor this
they say maths like
this-
plural.
this-
Like in Britain they say like maths.
maths.
It's maths.
Yeah.
Quick maths. Quick maths.
Quick maths. Oh, I thought he was just saying that. Like I didn't think that was like their dialect.
No, that guy's just
Quick maths. Every man day on the block. Smoke trees. Your dad is 44.
he's got a new song. It's called Man Don't Dance.
Men don't
Man
dance.
Don't Dance.
It's so funny. I like your socks, by the way.
Yeah,
It's
it's
pretty cool. Watermelon slices.
I'm not
Reminds me of the Sour Patch Kid watermelons. Are so good.
Incredible. They're the only Sour Patches I like eat.
Yeah.
I would never buy.
I used to eat
I would
those.
never buy them, but I would love to like if someone had
If
them.
someone had them, you'd love to eat theirs.
Freeloading, basically freeloading. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
No, I mean I'm the king of that, so I get it. Like I agree.
I don't fuck
Like-
with candies that like have like multiple flavors because like I don't like all of the flavors. And then there's like Skittles, like
Yeah.
the yellow ones
Yeah,
and the orange one, like
Yo, it's
they're
just-
ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I'm not gonna go and get Skittles because I'm only gonna
I
eat
wanted
one of the
to-
flavors.
I wanted to take a bag of Skittles and just mesh them all into just like one like flat thing and just eat it that way. Is that weird?
Like a hydraulic press or something like that. Or
Yeah,
Either
there's that,
or
or
like
like,
You wouldn't even need that. You just like press it with like something. But like if you put them on like a baking sheet and then like
an iron.
and like sear them all together and then just like let it cool and then
That's
it's
interesting.
shrinky. Think how shrinky dinks look like but Skittles and just eat it. Like
I want to get enough money where like I can buy like at least like 10 years worth of
I have cookie dough in the fridge.
Welch's fruit snacks.
I'm about to eat
Did
it.
you say a 10 year supply?
10 years supply of
Welch's?
Welch's. Yeah.
What if your whole bed was made out of Welch's fruit snacks?
My own bed? That'd
Yeah,
be
you-
fucking lit.
You woke up
Well,
and you're
just
eating
you're
it.
you're just like.
Then what if you're eating some of the booty fruit snacks? You know what I'm saying? Like, because then you get down to the end of your bed and you're like, oh, I really want some fruit snacks, but it's like where you're at, like it's like the last spot, like where your asshole usually sits at night. And they're all like stained and shit. Like, I don't know. I'll get down. I just got down the train of thought.
No response, Dante?
I
How can you
don't like
I'm actually like super hungry.
I'm not. I just ate my dinner.
I'm not
I
gonna lie.
feels.
Now that you just said you're hungry. But like.
But like not hungry like hungry. Like, I'm hungry like for like fruit snacks.
Yeah, like,
Oh, I was
really
gonna say,
want
like,
fruit
You know what my
snacks.
brother loves?
I'm
Those
like
What?
Mike's
like,
hungry
those
right
like
now.
sour gummy worms. Like,
Oh,
The
yeah,
Troleo
yeah,
ones.
yeah.
My mom loves those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat some, like, it's
That
crack.
got gelatin in it. Yeah,
Them Jones is
See,
good.
like those ones. I only like the blue and pink ones. Those ones are good. The
Yeah, the other ones are like.
You put
Yeah.
with, so you put with the berry, you don't put with the sour.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not a sour. Like the only thing sour that I eat is the watermelons.
I like
Not very sour at all.
I like weird. I like Mike and Ike's. I like dots.
Yo,
Yeah,
them
what
shits are
happened-
crazy good.
What
bro.
happened to my guy? I've not seen
I like
one
the,
in like 5 years.
I like the purple ones, like the all purple Jolly. I think they're called Jolly Joes or something like that. They're so good.
Oh, the Mike. They're like Mike and
Yeah.
Ike's.
Nerds.
I
That
don't
shit's
fuck with
good.
nerds.
I like-
hate nerds.
I like-
Nerds, yo.
Nerds are okay. I like dots. They're like I
Dots are
swear
good.
they're my
They
favorite.
are,
candy.
but I hate the fact they get stuck in my teeth all the time.
Mike and Ike.
Jolly Joes.
Oh, that's cool. They're just all purple
They're
ones.
so good, dude. This is a whole box of purple Mike and Ike's.
I guess I'm like not a big candy person. Like thinking about it now. I guess I
Yeah, you know,
I
I
like chocolate.
I would say like.
I always like the fruity candy
Like-
more than chocolate.
Well,
I fuck
Because
with
like chocolate
I like
fucks with my
Crunch
stomach.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nestle
Nestle
Crunch.
Crunch. Yeah, that's an OG.
Ew.
Nah, they
As
bang,
far as the
bro.
Kit Kats.
Kit Kats are good.
It's like
Twix is good.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I had a
Twix.
Twix the other day. Fucking oh, I wanted to come. Like,
See, I don't like nuts or peanut butter or caramel.
Yeah.
I like peanut butter, but like now it's.
I like peanut M&Ms. I fucks with them.
Yeah,
Like,
now
I
like
can eat
a
like 100 of
caramel
them.
has limited me to so much.
Yeah, same here.
I
like,
just seriously don't like
That and like I don't like peanut butter and chocolate. So I
Oh.
don't eat Reese's.
I think peanut butter and chocolate probably has to be the best invention.
You
of all
got
time.
peanut butter in my toothpaste.
You got your toothpaste in my peanut butter.
On the boardwalk last night, Jaina got a fried
I
Reese's.
saw that on your
Yeah.
story.
So they got like king size Reese's, put them in like almost like pancake batter.
Yeah,
Fry
yeah.
them up. She was in heaven. Like
That's-
it's all the chocolate and peanut butter is like gooey,
Yeah.
and it's like it just fucking rushes out.
What's up?
I would
Alright.
fuck with that, dude. I love fried.
They
Like,
have fried, dude.
they'll fry anything
They
in
deep
America.
Deep fried.
Oh,
They
this,
had
I had deep fried sushi before.
They had deep fried cookie dough.
How was that?
Deep fried
It's like
ice cream.
Really?
it's like it's
Deep
basically
fried
it's
ice
like
cream.
the
Like when that
batter.
melt.
Like
Yeah.
batter surrounding the sushi, so it's like I'm tasting like hot sushi, but it's still like sushi. You know what I'm saying?
Deep fried sushi. Isn't that just fish?
Yeah.
Like,
Nah, like they actually made like a sushi roll
And then they fried
They
it.
cover it in, like in some crazy amount of batter and then like fry it. Then boom, you got it.
batter fried shit is good. Like, it depends what kind of. Because you can get fried chicken, but it's not always gonna be batter fried. You know
They
what I
like
mean?
batter fried
Okay.
like cod.
Like breaded. Like battered is way cooler than breaded. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I, like, do they when they do the fried Oreos? Is that breaded or
No, it's
Batter.
Batter.
yeah?
They slap too.
I-
Deep fried Twix.
Yeah.
Deep fried Twix. Deep fried Milky Ways.
You know what I had the other day on the boardwalk that fucking slapped? That Sweet Charlie's ice cream.
Oh, like the rolly.
Yeah.
Old ice cream.
I made them. They were so annoyed with me because I made them. I put so many toppings on my thing, and then I didn't order blueberries, but I found a blueberry in there too. So I was like, because I think they pretty sure they ask for allergies. So like, if you like what if like I was allergic to blueberries and they just gave me one? Yeah.
If you
Dude,
live.
I haven't had.
Oh, buddy, we're gonna sue you.
You never had it?
No, I haven't had it in forever. I kind of.
What?
Rolled
I
up
kind of
like-
want to have something.
Yeah, it
Isn't
was
there a
good.
place
It was
in,
pretty
There's a ton
cool.
of places.
and
in
had it.
Fairfield.
I got
well,
the
Oh,
s'mores.
There's a
I was
Sweet Charlie's in Haddonfield.
I was gonna say, there's like one in Chinatown.
I got
I got
a
a s'mores. I got s'mores,
and
and then I got like they gave me the chocolate sauce, and they rolled it, and that was pretty cool. And then I got fucking like Oreos, M&M. Ooh, yeah, it'll do that.
Ow.
I got Oreos, M&Ms, and fucking sprinkles, and it was pretty bomb.
You know, I haven't
Did they
had.
give you attitude for like?
No, I asked for like 3 toppings. Like, I should have sat there and asked for like, they were like, go crazy, it's free. I should have asked for 17 fucking toppings. And like, but I don't know. I was just.
I haven't had insomnia cookies in a while either. I didn't have that shit
There's
since
one- there's
last
Last time I had those was a Super Bowl parade, and it wasn't even fun because we were like,
Order them all the time.
Do you go to Manion often
No,
or
never.
no?
Never really.
I didn't know how far it is from here.
It's not that far, but
I was gonna say there's
fucking
there's an
Insomnia would deliver like ice cream sandwich. Like it'd be like ice cream and then like 2 cookies.
yeah.
It's
Ooh,
fucking dangerous.
smart my heart.
It's so good.
Because they were like, can you send like 6 more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
I've been making cookies like at the house, like here. Like I made chocolate chip cookies the other day, and the other day, like a few weeks ago, I made chocolate chip cookies.
they're kind of overhyped Insomnia, but like they're just so good because like they're warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys ever had
can
the?
make chocolate chip cookies like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
When you can just order them.
Order them and they're right there.
Warm and whatever. Like it's just so.
Yeah.
good.
You guys ever have Cookie Munchers at
Yeah,
Rowan?
yeah. That big ass cookie.
Yeah. You'll see like one bitch a day walking around with just like she's like, I got my lunch. It's just a fucking cookie like this big.
I went with Nick, Manny, and you went to Chickies with us, right? In Rowan, was that you?
Was that Steve's grilled cheese or was that a different time?
No, okay, no, yeah, you.
Yeah,
went with
yeah.
Someone was it you, Mark?
I've never been to Steve's.
Oh wait, it might have
We
been.
went to Chickies and Pete's on Rowan campus, and Nick paid for us with his Rowan card.
Okay.
And then we went to Cookie Munchers. There's like right across the street.
Yeah. That's like
No,
all
it was
like.
Connor. It wasn't
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
So you went to Steve's with us.
Yeah, that was funny. That was a funny
me,
day.
Manny, Nick, and Connor. That's what it was.
That was a funny day when we went to Steve's. I was like, so I got the shout out to Steve's grilled cheese. I got the garlic bread,
The fucking
Parmesan grilled cheese or something.
Chicken,
The chicken.
fucking chicken parm grilled cheese.
Yeah,
on
chicken.
Texas toast.
And it was on garlic bread. And the shit was, and I was like drunk, so like I was just sitting there like going like,
I picked you up after the
yeah, and I was biting into it, and I was like, oh, just like around like the, just like around like the store, I was like, oh my god, this is so fucking good, like, I don't know, that was a funny little day. I remember like we went to that party and Manny and Nick ran off with a couple dimes.
Wait, who? Do you know who they were?
No.
Bros.
Yeah. But you know,
Rowan's-
Rowan's such a weird ass school, dude. It's like such a weird school.
Their
I-
parties are insane. Well, don't you?
Yeah.
Their day parties.
Yeah.
Are insane. I like.
It's,
But, like,
it's definitely like a fun school for that if that's like what you're trying to do all the time. But like they're also just like it's just like odd. Like there's a kid that rides around every day on campus. His name's Steve, and he rides around on a unicycle playing the accordion. Like,
You're lying.
no, like he'll be like on his longboard and he'll just be playing the accordion. People be like, hey Steve, like everybody like.
Next time you do it,
Oh, I think what you're
send me,
talking
like
about.
a video.
Yeah, I saw him at like orientation, and I'm like, yeah, right. Like, and then I got to Rowan, and I was like, oh yeah, he's here all the time. Like, but like, I don't know. There was like that protest thing going on at Rowan. Like a teacher got arrested,
Really?
a student got
Yeah,
arrested.
did you see that, Mark? The protest?
It was on the news,
They like
right?
protested, like,
Wait, what were they protesting about?
It was like it was one of those. It was like one of those places. It was yeah. It was like one of those like Christian like radical Christian like
Did they
things.
go to your school?
no,
They went-
They were like Jesus. They were like Jesus. They were like something about gay people. Like
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
something
They
or
said
burning
said
hellfire.
they're like-
Like
drunkenness
they're
leads
like
to homosexuality. That's what they had at our. That's what they had at our
See,
school.
I wouldn't even be mad at them if they were like. I mean,
If they had
obviously,
facts, they
obviously
weren't facts
people,
at all.
yeah, obviously people in college are gonna drink. But even if they went there and they were like drinking is fucking stupid because like you guys are all brain dead and you're being retarded. Like that'd be one thing. But they were like drinking is gonna make you gay, like, and everybody was like, you know what I mean, like. Yeah, like that's fucking stupid.
We had
Like,
this like, the school was like, what's it called? They had this like day for like kids to like, you know, like it was like a bunch of like carnival games or something like that. It was
Yeah.
called like Hawkapalooza. Like, you know,
That's cool.
Good job, St. Joe's for the.
they do shit like that, bro.
And like they came to like protest, and like a bunch of students like fought back.
Yeah,
And
bro, I got a comfy ass bed.
Like, what's it called? They, like, it sucked though because like even though it was like a really good response from the school, like from the kids, like hey, like we don't want this like hate here.
Yeah.
They gave them a platform, like, was it Channel 6 ABC, came and broadcasted them, and like that group won because they made it on the news.
Yeah,
They got what they wanted.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
They
no,
got
And
that
it like
exposure.
sucks because like
Yeah.
you shouldn't ignore it because it's like
I just
No,
Like-
here's the crazy thing. His whole point was just to get people like mad enough to hit him, so he can sue the school, so he can get bread, cause he owes money. He owes a lot of money to the government, so he's basically like saying something like.
so
wow,
he's trying to take advantage of the system basically.
Yeah.
dude, the craziest thing was fucking like there were kids like. I don't know. I would never like. I understand like it's not cool what those people are saying. Like I don't agree with them. But like I'm not gonna like get myself arrested for like you know what I mean. Like stay. Like why would you bring attention to yourself? I find that stupid. There were kids like there were kids like going up to them and like throwing shit at them and like all crazy, and then a cop would get on them because like you can't just like they do have a right to be there.
Like be saying like the
Yeah.
worst, dumbest shit, but like they have the freedom to do so.
Yeah, and like
just
they're
let them,
yeah.
If you don't give them any attention.
Yeah, they win by like by why because they know they're gonna go there and people are gonna fucking be upset with them. You know what I mean? Because they know their ideals. They know their ideals aren't like widely. You know what I mean? They know their ideals
They
aren't
were
widely
also
held.
harassing people too. They'll sometimes like follow and like talk shit to them.
Yeah.
Shit like that. So,
Yeah, no, those are the worst types of people. Just like
I saw like
around causing trouble.
yeah, like some kid. It was kind of cool though, cause like some kid. I saw a picture of like some kid getting arrested at Rowan, and I'm like that kind of reminds me of like how like Vietnam and like the '60s and '70s people were protesting on colleges. It's like kind of similar, I guess, but it's like but it was like so dumb. It was like you could tell it was like the wimpiest fucking like kid just like yelling at this guy. You know what I mean? And like the cop gets on them, and then like
And the cop doesn't want
yeah. There was a thing, dude. There was a thing at Rowan where like this car got reported for being stolen, and the Rowan cops like pulled over like the wrong car, but apparently the suspect that stole the actual car, which like was actually at Rowan too at the same time, like at some point it was like these two black Dodge Chargers they mixed up. The suspect that stole the actual car was armed, so they like did like it was like a routine like police like thing, like they had like a cop get out of one car and like they were obviously all armed, and they took the wrong students out, and like they took them out and like set them down. Like they didn't forcibly like shove them or anything. They just like took them out, they like put them in the car, and like once they figured out the situation, they just like they were detained. They didn't get arrested. They were just detained, and then like after the situation was fine, they just let them go. But they made this huge big deal out of it. How like Rowan did this thing the next day about like a safe space talk. Basically, it was basically some shit like that. Like and it was like for feeling like harassed or something by the police. Like they got a tip. They got a tip about a stolen car, about an armed suspect riding around the parking lot of Rowan, who actually was there at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like and like. They had to carry, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have, because you don't know, it could be some kid going in to shoot up a college. How many times does that happen? You know what I mean? Like, so that's what they're trying to do, and then they pull some students out, and like they're trying to make it this whole thing about how they were harassed by the police. Like, they were doing their job. Like, nobody got physically hurt. Like, I said something like that in class. I was like, if you look at it logistically, like a gun, like when you get a gun threat, you can't take it lightly nowadays, especially nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like. I was like logistically like nobody got physically hurt, and this one girl was like nobody may have been physically hurt, but the emotional trauma, like the emotional trauma brought on to those students for being handcuffed and put in that police car. I'm like fucking I remember Jake Corbell and Jack and all them having airsoft guns with but they took the orange tips off and getting like bum rushed by cops all bearing shotguns, and they just put them in the car and drove them home. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be that big of a deal.
That's what happened to Tamir Rice. He was like 12 or something. I think 12 or 14. And I guess he had like those type of war guns that look like actual guns.
Yeah.
So I guess the cop saw that and I guess trying to get the gun from the bull and then.
Yeah, that shit's crazy too. And I mean, you know, it happens everywhere. But it's like it's like you're always gonna have situations on at different ends of the spectrum. I mean, when you give somebody a gun, it's like when you give, it's just like anything. Like literally, I mean, a police like obviously the police force has like their duties or whatever, but like. It's literally giving, say, I don't know how many people. There's probably way more policemen, but say just like for our number, like say you give 1 million people guns, like a percentage of them is like bound to kill somebody with that gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like it's fucked up, but if you just think about it, like that's just like the practical side, like just statistics. You know what I mean? Like people have been killing each other since the beginning of time. Yeah. Damn, boys. It's been a fat minute.
How long have we been talking? We gotta drag it out till Mark's birthday.
It's been an hour 39. Mark, your birthday is in 26 minutes. That's the count. That's the countdown. What are you gonna do for? You're gonna be 20?
Yeah, finally 20.
Nice.
Wait, when's your birthday again? 'Cause you said it was late.
August 29th. Yeah.
So in 2 months at 12 o'clock. Will be
Dante, are you
exactly
December or
2
January?
months.
Yeah.
Countdown is on.
Damn, I thought it was December or January.
Wait, 2 months. It's only May.
My God.
Yeah. My bad. My bad. No, you're right. You're right. It's 3 months.
Yeah.
Damn, it's only May.
Yeah.
Fast,
I
bro.
feel like summer's been long already.
Well, it's almost June, but like, yeah, it's been like.
Because we're out of school. And like, anytime you're out of school, it's like, alright, it's summer.
Yeah, basically.
I
So
got
3 months of summer. That's crazy.
I got 6 months till my birthday. Till I turn 21.
Hey.
Yeah. Or you got? Are you?
See, the
Are there
thing
even
about-
any? Are there
The
any
thing
good
about turning,
bars?
the thing about turning 21 early is like, yeah, like you can buy alcohol first, but like
Yeah, but it's
no
like.
one else can go celebrate with you because they're not 21 yet.
Yeah.
See,
Just like at the bar, like.
Alright, what bars are popular at Ron? I'm like
Landmark is the biggest one.
That's like a little. I'm a little. That's a little sad. Landmark's like the biggest one. Is it really?
Just a bunch, just like literally, just like
I
there's
consider
just a
Landmark
ton of people
more
just
like
go
a
there.
chill spot than like a bar spot. Do you understand like the difference?
I mean, I don't know. I don't go to bars. I'm not of age yet. But like fucking.
I figured bars is like the chill spots.
A bunch of people go to fucking Landmark to drink. I'm sure people just go there to like. I don't know. I've never been there.
No, like you know, there would be like DJs like at bars and
You mean like a club or a bar?
this is Manioc, so like
What type
The
of
main line.
what type of fucking bar are you talking about?
Yeah.
like
I feel like that's more
Dude,
like a club.
There's one bar, dude.
I think it's
Yeah.
alright. Is there
There's
like
one
bar
bar
in
at Rowan, and
Rowan
it's
that's
Landmark. Like there's only one.
like a
Like
mixture of like a bar and a club.
a blub.
Yes, a club.
The blub. That's like if you're like flashy, like you, like we're all going to the blub later.
No, because alright, think about this club. Like you know, you have like long lines of like people. Like the bar is just not.
Like that.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh, you giving me the finger?
It's been
Yeah,
a while.
almost.
It's been a while since I've done that shit.
It's like here we'll do it one time. So like touch that. Yeah, you're doing it, and then L, and then make an O with your next finger.
Like that finger doesn't bend. Wait.
Oh my.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, exactly.
My finger doesn't bend like that.
And then. Yeah, we're going to the blub. Yeah, but like Rowan, I mean, there's really only like Landmark. Like that's gotta be like the one bar. I can't really think of another bar on campus, honestly.
Kind of stinks.
We have like this place.
Or
called
like,
I mean,
is
not
there anything?
really,
Is there
it just
anything
depends,
like
like-
nearby too, or no?
I
Are
don't
you guys
know.
not a big bar school?
Not really. It's
Because
just,
I-
like,
I was
most of the
wondering-
drinking that happens at Rowan is like in houses, or like outside. Like, honestly, most of it's outside. Like this.
We have
bars
a
and
place
shit.
called the Track that has closing for apartments, and there's this
Oh,
place.
you told me that. Yeah, that's.
And then there's this place called Smokies. It's like right on the beginning of Penn's campus, and it's like
Smokies.
yeah, Smokies.
I think I have.
And on Wednesday nights, I think it's like 50-cent drinks or something like that. So everyone goes on.
That's great.
Everyone goes on
The
Wednesday.
big bar this year was La Roca, and they had like they have like like $2 like tacos and tequila and like all that, and like
Tacos and tequila.
Like,
Can I get the double T? Taco tequila
and like
Tuesday.
what they would do is for the scanners, like as long as like the person can like give them the ID and like scan and put it in the scanner, like, that's like good because they'll be in the system because 9 out of 10 like they'll get it and they'll see like this is a fake ID. That's what my friend who's like a bouncer there told me. I was like, oh. And he's like, yeah, it won't get rated, and then like 2 weeks
I would
later it
never-
got rated.
I would never get a fake. Like it'd be clutch,
Yeah.
but like
It
I would
ruins
never
your
have-
21st birthday for you. Because like you get a fake ID and you say you start getting in the bar at like 18, 19, and then you're bored with it by the time you turn 21. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
I also like don't think it would work for me. Like I don't feel like I would
Yeah.
old enough.
I feel you. I mean, like, I have some people that, like some of our friends, I'm not gonna, like, name them, but they were, like, and this is when I was into, like, cryptocurrency and, like, Bitcoin and stuff, like, I was kind of, like, learning a little bit about it, just like, a trendy thing, like anybody else, like, I wasn't, like, and, like, a couple of our friends hit me up, and they were like, do you know how to use Bitcoin, because we're trying to get fake IDs on the dark web, or something, like, I was like, what? But I don't know.
It's
I
like-
wouldn't
it's
get
like-
one. Fuck it.
They were probably talking about this like off market
Or
like
the
big
deep web, maybe.
that can't be tracked or taxed or whatever.
Yeah, but most Bitcoin can't be anyway. So like I don't know.
But like, yeah, I remember that. But yeah, I don't think
I'd get a fake ID either. Cause like I feel like if you've been going to a bar for 3 years, what are you gonna go? And I mean, you probably will anyway. Go and be 21 and be like, oh, it's just 21.
Yeah,
Like
let's make a big deal.
fucking.
Girls make a
Yeah.
big deal out of it.
I'm not that big of a drinker either. Like I fuck with drinking, but like I'm not huge on it. You know what I
I
mean?
can't
And
drink
I've
hard shit. Hard shit in me. Like I had a bad experience the one night at school.
yeah.
I fucking died. And
Yeah.
now it's like my body will just like I'll like have like a little shot and then be like
Yeah.
my body will just like it'll just completely
Reject
reject
it,
it. I just can't do it.
Yeah,
I don't really fuck with that either.
I've
Like, did I ever tell you guys the story about that happened last like August when I was with my family in the Outer Banks? It's okay, so we went down there for like the week, right? And we had kind of just been like day drinking every day, like on the beach and stuff, and it was fun. Like I was getting like pretty drunk like here and there.
Why do you like look like the mom? Is this a story with like all the moms?
Yeah. Did you hear this on like a on the podcast?
No, I'm pretty sure you talked about this before.
Oh, okay.
But
So
like, please like say the story again.
yeah, so like
I wanna remember.
so it's the last day we're there. And I had eaten breakfast that day, but I didn't really eat or drink anything else for the rest of the day. I like just completely forgot. And I was on the beach, I was pounding back like Corona, but then I would be like Mike's Hard Lemonade and like Corona, Coors Light, Mike's Hard, I was just like going back and forth. I had like a bunch, and then like I was talking. There were like these three like there were like these 3 or 4 moms like on the beach. Like they were all kind of like milfs, and like fucking. I was like at this point I was fucking like drunk and like I like.
do briefly remember you saying this.
Yeah, and like at one point, like we were like when we were like I was like playing catch with like my family in the ocean or something. One of them asked me, they're like, "How old are you?" And I was like, I was 18 at the time, but like I was about to be 19, so I was just like 19, and they were like, the lady was like, "Oh my," she was like taken aback. She was like, "My son is like, my son is older than you or something," like, and I was like, "Okay," like, but then I got drunk and I was just like. Like I was like, hey, like fucking, but like I was trying to actually set up my 2 uncles are in like their 30s, right? So like I was trying to like set them up and like you know what I mean? Like they're like twin uncles, so they're trying to like so like but then I'm talking to these ladies and halfway through the conversation I blacked out. and like I don't remember coming to it again until I was sitting with my mom in like the downstairs part of the house. Like it was like 3 in the morning, and like apparently I had like when I blacked out, I had like swam in the ocean. I like
You did everything like a normal person.
yeah, like I blacked out and swam in the ocean and like all this, and then I got back. What happened was I was in the pool and I was chilling, and I kind of like I was sitting over the side and I kind of threw up a little bit like over the side, and my sister said like she was like, John, come on, let's like go inside, and I was like, no, I want to go in the hot tub, and I got up and sprinted to the hot tub, like, and as soon as I got in the hot tub, it raised my blood pressure and my temperature, and I basically passed out, and like. If she wasn't there, I probably just would have went like underneath the water. Like she like, you know what I mean? Like I was like this. She's before like people came down. Like I was like this close to like going underwater, and like apparently I felt bad because apparently it was messy. It took like 5 people to like pull me out. Like they were all just like holding me, and then like I was like screaming, and then but then like because at first I was like quiet, like pretty much almost like unresponsive, and then like I came to and I apparently I wouldn't shut up. But like I can't remember any of it. Like I was just so fucking like drunk. And then recently, I mean, I hate to like shout out my sister like this, but recently I had to fucking pick her up from like not from like Blue Hole, but like Oak Pond or like somewhere out there, like one of those like woods things. She was just so fucking drunk. She actually I didn't pick her up, like she actually got home safe, but then I went to check on her. But like I remember like trying to wake her up and like just like turn her on her side, and like she was just like so fucking drunk. And I'm like, gee, come on, turn her fucking side. She's like, like fucking getting mad at me and shit.
Nick's house for St. Patty's Day. And fucking, you were there, Mark, right? I think you came through.
Yeah.
Fucking, we went upstairs, and Nick's parents like to drink.
Wait, it depends like what time. I was only there for a short time.
Yeah, I don't know if you were there when it happened, but so Nick's parents like to drink, and now that like Nick's like 20, we're just kind of getting more comfortable with Nick drinking and everything.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
So we're all chilling over Nick's house, like drinking. His mom's gone, and we go upstairs, and we're about to do like shots of Jameson, and then I think you like a pickle. I think you like suck on a pickle afterwards or some shit like that.
Pickle Rick.
And I literally hit the Jameson shot and walked in the like I just didn't feel good, and then I was drunk and I walked in the other room in the living room, just fucking threw up on the floor, and Nick's dog fucking cleaned it up, and no one went through. Just fucking licked it up.
Wait, lady?
Yeah, lady.
She just ate your vomit.
Yeah,
That's so funny. Dude, I had to clean up Jack's puke at Nick's house one year. Were you there?
I wasn't there. I was there for another time. Jack threw up at Nick's house.
Yeah.
Why is he throwing up at
They drank somewhere.
Jack
wait,
the
dude,
way
I can't even see
the
Jack.
way he like got into drinking was weird because like he like wouldn't have drinks. Like he would just like he would just like put like vodka in like a water bottle and then just like drink it all real fast and then be like, I'm not drinking anymore.
The worst idea ever.
He like took we ordered a pizza and then like, he went out to get it and he came back and he just started throwing pieces of pizza around like Nick's front like porch. He threw a piece in the sink. He got it on his head because he went like this with the pizza box and got like some pizza on his head. And he took one slice and just threw it like, you know how it's like next door and then just like whatever. He just like threw it down there. And then he took another one and like threw it in the sink. Like, but he was like, that was a mess. I had to like clean up his like throw up.
One time, shit was so funny.
That was like the first time he ever drank,
Yeah,
I
I think it
think.
was the first time. He had like the whipped cream vodka that Nick had in his.
Yeah.
Oh god, that just sounds
That shit
terrible.
is disgusting.
Yeah.
And Jack was just pounding it. Like he just didn't give a fuck.
That shit is hand sanitizer, bro.
Oh, it's so
That shit's
Yeah.
god awful.
Like Jack's just like
Jack
crazy.
fucking-
Besides the fact that he's crazy smart, he's so stupid sober. So him like really drunk is just not good at all.
Jack went
So,
upstairs.
Yeah.
Jack went
I feel like
upstairs.
is he belligerent?
Not necessarily. He was like, I mean, Taylor's like been his long time girlfriend, but like he was like, he it was funny the one night because he was just basically just like I don't want to say what he was saying, but like he was just grabbing Taylor and like the whole night, like you know what I mean? And, like that's his like girlfriend, like I get it, like it's, but still like it was just like like there was no like you know yeah it was just like straight up like and then he like yeah but he's okay. I mean
Jack, he went
he's funny. He's actually really funny when he's drunk. Like
No, I mean, I bet he would be like really funny.
The best was like we were sitting. You know how Nick's parents have like those nice couches in like the one room.
Yeah, that's where I
Like,
grew up.
We were sitting on that couch and like Jack's throwing up into like some one of Nick's parents like waste. It's like a wastebasket with like no bag in it. It's just like one of those like, and I like had to grab something so he didn't throw up. So he just starts throwing up in it. Like and there's no trash bag. Like it's just like one of those like nice
Get
like
a hose and fucking
yeah.
But fucking Jack passed out. He went upstairs he went up the stairs in the bathroom, is taking a shit, and we just like we're like, Jack, you good in there? And we didn't hear anything. We opened the door. This man like whole ass out is just on.
I remember the picture of that.
Yeah,
I remember the picture.
Jack with his ass out.
Of
He's
that.
passed out on the floor.
That's fucking. I mean, it happens to the best of us, man. That shit's just so fun. That's so fucking funny. Holy shit. Damn, I remember like we brought him up to like the toilet. We brought him up to the bathroom and had him sitting there for like an hour. Like me and Taylor were just like sitting with him, like talking him down, and because he was just acting crazy, bro. Like he was just acting fucking crazy. It would be weird to see him do like psychedelics or something.
Oh. No, but I
Yeah.
can see him like drunk and be like, alright, welcome to another video of Johnny S. And just start doing like crazy stunts.
Jack was like, it was weird. Like I don't know. It'd be funny though. Like he would have a little water bottle and he would fill it this much with vodka, and he'd be like, Jack, just, like, take a sip of that, and he'd drink the whole thing real fast and run away from you. like, yeah. You'd be like, what the fuck? Like, and then later he's like, we're ordering a pizza, and he's like, we're both. I was pretty drunk too at Nick's house, but I kind of like got drunk and sobered up. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I sobered up. I was like pretty drunk the whole night. Like I kind of just like stayed at Nick's house. I have a big streak of Snapchats of me like lifting in his basement while I was drunk. Like
There you go, the grind never stops.
it was kind of brutal. But like I remember watching The Office in his basement. But like yeah, like fucking yeah, Jack would just get fucking like. And then at one point I just remember we're all like, I forget who was over. It was like me, Jack, Nick, and like I don't know who else. We were having like a fire outside. I want to say you were there, but like I don't think, I don't know.
I wasn't there when Jack got drunk that night, so
Yeah.
I don't think.
Taylor was there.
Yeah, no, I definitely wasn't.
Yeah, it was like I just fucking, I don't know. That was a mess. I had to fucking like clean up his like throw up. He threw up in where he's sitting on the toilet, and we're like, oh, Jack's like, I gotta throw up. I'm like, all right, well just like turn around, and go to the toilet, and he's like, no, like he's just sitting there, like, no, I can't get up, like, and he threw up in the bathtub, like, and like I literally cleaned it up for him, which is like gross, but I just like, I don't know. Sometimes shit like that just doesn't skeeve me. I was just like, I just gotta clean this up, like.
No, I understand like that mentality where it's like, alright, like you just like gotta do it. And it's
Yeah.
like,
Well, because like
you either
even
do it or
like
you can like complain about it.
I know it's like I know I could have just been like let him clean it up, like he's the one who got drunk, but like just like the fact that like I mean Nick was already like cleaning his shit up, and like when I saw it I just knew, I'm like, that has to be cleaned up, like that's gross, you know what I mean, like it's just fucking nasty. But like I've thrown up in people's houses like before. Like I felt bad like when I threw up in the morning at Mike Kelly's, because like I tried to like grab it, but like definitely some throw up got like on his floor before I like got to the sink, like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Gabe Villegas is over Nick's first graduation party. We were drinking in the basement, and Gabe got sober. Gabe was laying on Nick's bathroom floor.
Yo, that's
for, like,
crazy,
an
bro.
hour.
Really? Just
Just
throwing
throw
up.
up.
No, it's right there.
Oh, thanks.
That's so fucking crazy.
Shout out to Gabe.
Yeah, shout out to Gabe.
I saw
Gabe like, yo.
Gabe walked on to Jefferson's basketball team.
Really?
Yeah, he was playing.
Yo, nice, bro.
Yeah,
Shout
he got
out.
some minutes against my school.
Nice.
Jefferson's like our main rival.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he like texted me. He's like, "Bro, we're gonna be at your school tonight." I was like, "Bro," I haven't talked to him in like forever. He texted me, "Yeah, we're being at your school tonight." I thought he was just going to the game.
Yeah.
Like just because it was Jefferson.
Yeah.
And then I was looking for him in the stands. I couldn't find him, and I saw him in like in uniform. I was like, "No fucking way."
Yeah. That's cool as shit, man.
Yeah, Jefferson is crazy.
What do you mean crazy?
Some of the girls there are crazy.
It's a big like nursing school.
It is. Yeah.
All those schools are just like. That was like.
They said one of their biggest majors there, besides nursing, was fashion. I was like, what?
Do you mean big like big or
Like
big
pop-
like
pop-
big like?
No, like popular as in like
Yeah.
like what a lot of students like Harvard. You have law.
Yeah. No, I get I understand, but I'm saying
Rowan
like
is engineering.
Us, you got pharmacy.
yeah. But I'm saying like see how you said like nursing is like a big major like. Think about that. Like they're a big major and they're like a big major. like you know what I'm saying? Like but like yeah. That's dude. You can't knock the hardy women of Pennsylvania. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like I don't know.
Just get a quick shout out to the hardy women of Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Damn.
Depends on which part of Pennsylvania, though.
Yeah.
Delaware County is like literally South Jersey, but like
Yeah. Yeah, true.
the same thing.
Yeah. And then like you go out to like Lancaster.
Lancaster.
And they never seen them.
Like how often do you eat cheese? Like we eat cheese a lot. I just know that when I went to I'm not gonna name names, but when I went to Widener, there were a lot of big women in the. But like I don't know. It's not even. I don't even want to say big women, but I just feel like there's that style of just like nursing bitches where they're all just kind of. Maybe it's also just from like I don't know. I don't want to. I think it's just a nursing thing. Because I was gonna say just like the college, like the freshman 15 thing, but like, there's a lot of people who stay at college who don't get that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Interesting.
It's just like when you're on your own, you have like that money and that freedom, you just like buy food.
Yeah.
Especially when your cafeteria will give you food poisoning.
Yeah.
Here's a garbage, you're just spending money on
Dude,
shit.
my
Rowan's cafeteria is so ass.
Wait, is your like the health inspection? Do you guys pass?
I don't even know.
I've
never
our
eaten food
school has
Rowan.
failed for the fourth
I've
straight
eaten like a few
semester.
times, but
What?
Our school cafeteria has failed for the fourth straight semester in their health inspection.
That's
You know, and then it's always like the simplest things, like not keeping the meats at proper temperatures. Like it's supposed to be like, let's say it's supposed to be at like 32.
So you eat there?
Yeah. I mean, like sometimes, I not as much as freshman year. Freshman
Dude,
year they like.
you gotta watch out for cross contamination and shit, man.
Yeah,
Like,
there's that.
lettuce.
They don't
And then, like,
clean the
Chipotle.
slicers, like with the
Ugh.
residue and all that.
Yeah.
There's like mouse droppings.
This is a
They're,
private. This is a
St.
this is a private-
Joe's?
This is a private
Yeah.
school.
Yeah, it's a private school. Like they can't fucking. You know what I mean?
Airmark. What are you doing, Airmark? That's my.
So you tell time out. So you telling people paying like $20,000+ to be fed like salmonella sandwiches?
Dude, I have thrown up from their.
That's like a
food before.
T-shirt. Salmonella sandwiches.
No, I've had like friends too that have thrown up like from their food.
And they shitting themselves too, huh?
the only thing
That's
like
fucked
my
up.
cafeteria is it'll give you the shit. It's like
Yeah.
Bro,
you
that was
get
at Willie
the
P.
Wilson
They
shits.
really fuck you. They fuck up my intestines,
Well,
man.
I don't know if it's true, but the rumor is that in some of the meats, as like a preservative, one of the things is a laxative
Ooh,
that they have in the meats. Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, maybe it's a preservative that like makes people like have to shit. You know, maybe it's not supposed to be a laxative. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some like obviously it's like it's any mess hall. Like it'll have its really good nights, and then it
yeah,
will have its really bad nights.
I
There's
feel
like
you.
certain, there's like certain things that they make that I fuck with, and there's other things like they just.
I don't trust their seafood at all.
It's like
Smart.
it's weird at Rowan. Like the only because like I guess like Holly Point is one of the biggest dorm room places. I don't know if like I don't know if the other places like the other buildings have cafeterias. Like Holly Point is pretty much like the big.
I think-
It's the only
I think
cafeteria at
Hollow- I think
Rowan.
Hollow Point is
And it's
the-
in the door, like it's in the
And they
dorm
got
building.
those
Yeah.
I think it's
and
the
they got those
cafeteria.
bathroom mirrors.
Shit.
And like yeah, exactly. And like fucking then the only other thing is like the student center, and the student center is like yeah. I know. The student center, I know. He's gonna be 12 o'clock and Mark's gonna not
That'd be
even
good
be.
though. He'll walk in and we'll just fucking.
Yeah, that would be funny. But what's it called? Like at Rowan, like if you go to the student center, which is basically like in the center of the school, honestly, like it's like right in the middle of kind of like the whole campus. Like they have all these restaurants and shit that are really good, but now they have this fucking app, Tap and Go, that like you have to download it and like get all the food through the app. Like you can't just like go there and pay with cash. Like it has to be through there.
I think it depends.
Like
So I don't know about the engineering building. I think for
Yeah.
engineering building you could order.
yeah, but I'm saying in the student center. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
but
a
yeah,
normal ass like person goes there.
Is it that?
Yeah, exactly. They're like download the Tap and Go app and like it's fucking it's dumb. Like last year they didn't have it. And I don't really go there anyway.
Download the app.
What?
Like,
No.
No.
No, that's like an independent, just like business. But like I'm saying, like within like the Rowan Student Center, everything in there you have to use Tap and Go to like. One time I grabbed a pizza there and just like nobody rang me up like because it's like kind of like a weird like it's like line kind of thing like they're always making the food even if it's not to order. You know what I mean? So like they made a pizza and I just fucking like. I think I ordered a pizza, but it wasn't like I went up like I'll take one pizza and then like they like rang me up. I was like there was like a bunch of people in line and somebody was like, what do you want? I was like a pizza, and like nobody fucking like rang me up or anything. I just took it and like ate it. Like sometimes it's easy to like that's the thing about Rowan's cafeteria is that it's like it can be easy to finesse food in there, especially like. I mean, that's like I don't know. That's kind of like fucked up if you're taking somebody else's food. But if they're just like giving out food, it's like take that food. Like I've seen people like it'll be fucked up because people will do Tap and Go, but they'll get like they'll make their name like Smitty Werberman Jensen, and then it's like anybody could just take that and say that they wrote that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why you gotta make that shit your like actual name. But I don't know. I've never really gotten Tap and Go.
We got one
So, like-
more minute, guys.
Yeah, damn, Mark, you'll be 20 in a minute.
Almost half.
What are your
Well,
yeah, you did. What are your thoughts on your first 2 decades of life? Because they're about to be over.
Honestly, let's just not even say like me. Let's just say the 20 years in general. A lot has changed.
I agree.
I don't know if it's even for the better or for the worse. Technology-wise, definitely for the better. The social like constructs.
Mark's like reflecting on the world. Like, damn.
Something to think about.
No, definitely, and like, look. I mean, look at it right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like this shit. You see this shit.
2, 1.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mark. Happy birthday to you. Ooh. Damn.
No, thank you.
We said to you, and Mark went,
Mark hit the wall. Damn.
the woe died.
Yeah. Yeah. Rest in peace, the woe. 2019 to 2019.
Killed by college perfect kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight facts.
It was like funny at first, and then
It was. Well,
No,
no.
it
See,
was-
like someone did this, and I didn't know what it was at
It's
the
like-
time. Like I saw these girls like do that, and I'm like, no, like I don't do it inside. I go outside. And, like I didn't know like it was a trend, so I looked. It was just really.
It's like every dance trend. I swear white people will just like kind of like sell it.
Just white people,
Sell-
Dante.
Yeah.
it is white.
He's,
It is
he's marginalizing the group.
No, because when black people hit the woe, it's because they're dancing or some shit. When white people hit the woe, like this isn't a dance. Like I'm just gonna say this right now. Like when black people dance, like it's like every part of their body goes into it. And white people will be like hit the woe and be like.
They'll just do like some shit with their hands. You know what I'm saying?
saying?
Like I don't know, Dante. What do you
I was gonna say like I was like it's like every dance trend you always got like it gets real popular and then somehow like a bunch of random white people that never look like they dance and look in their life
They
so
all try it.
try hard
Freaking
to
floss.
and
Oh, bro.
it gets pretty ridiculous.
That was
Yeah,
like
the
fun.
floss.
That was like fun. The
That
first
That was
time.
invented by like some little white kid there.
Floss, yeah.
Floss,
The
The backpack kid.
No, it was not
Yeah.
invented by him. I don't think it was.
He's
I
got
thought
like-
it came from the
He's
football
got
players.
millions of subscribers on YouTube because I think he invented the floss.
Yeah.
And then they put it in a Fortnite and then like they put it in a Fortnite and like the generation of 10-year-olds just like exploded.
Like,
I'd be
The
fucking
9-year-old army.
Like refereeing dodgeball at launch,
Yeah.
and the kids get up at the top before they start, and they start flossing and doing the fucking.
Okay, but like
shit.
no, but like if you like all right, like I was like at a party before and like
Somebody got like rejected by a girl, and I just went like, like it was so funny. Like it was like so funny.
The L dance was funny to an extent, but just
Yeah.
No,
But it's like
And
funny.
they do the one where it's like,
You
Yeah,
shouldn't be
the
doing it.
like
yeah,
You shouldn't be
yeah.
doing it seriously. It should definitely be to mock it. That's
But
But it's like kids. It's weird because it's like people are doing like the kids. Think about it. The kids are doing that as like their Fortnite characters in like the whatever, like in the lobby, and then they're waiting to play like an actual game in real life, and they're just doing the same exact thing. Like their life has just become this one thing.
No, you have no idea how many kids that I've have done that. I'm just like,
they score a goal.
yeah.
I can't, every time you go to a fucking Phillies, like any kind of sports game.
Oh no, the Sixers! Oh my
There's
god! I'm
always a
like,
kid on the-
I'm like,
on
I'm
the-
like, no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
like the dance cam. I'm like,
There's
no,
always
and
a
then,
Because-
and then you see, it's like, oh,
Because people don't because the people putting them on there don't know that it's like a Fortnite dance. They're just like, oh, the kid's dancing, and then you
like he's
put
having
it
a
up
good
there.
time, yeah.
But like
Yeah.
now they recognize that everyone does that dance, and like when they're doing it, they're like, oh, let me fucking put you up there.
Yeah.
No, it's dead.
Dude, that's like the guy
the
the guy Shawnee Hill that used to dance for the Flyers. Do you remember the guy who used to dance up in the back? He was the announcer for the Flyers that just got fired this year because he was doing he used to so he got his job like he used to like back in like 2010 or whatever. He used to sit all the way up in the back of the one Flyers like back behind like the net, but it was like way at like the top of the stands. And he would dance. They would put him on like every game. But eventually he got like somehow an announcing job with like Wells Fargo, and he was doing a Wings game. Yeah, he was like the arena announcer, and like he was doing a Wings game, and he said something like clip that ponytail or something about like a Native American like lacrosse player, and that and he like immediately lost his job. Like think about it, he had that job for like years, and he said like one thing, and they like just like it was gone. And then like but it's funny because they replaced him with some guy that literally sounds exactly like him. So half the people in the arena probably don't even know like.
That's a different guy.
But yeah, he was like one of those bulls that like he got his job through the dance cam. You know what I mean? Damn boys.
One of the I was gonna say like two of the kids that would like constantly get on the 76ers like dance camp. They made it to Barstool.
Oh yeah, I saw. Yeah. The little fat kid, right?
The fat kid, and then the other like I think they were like both the same age. The skinny kid, I'll just say that.
Yeah, the other kid.
The other kid.
They were like the number 10. Like, yeah. Damn boys, it's been a fat minute. You about ready to wrap up? I think everybody's tired. Yeah.
Thank you for staying up.
I got you.
Wish me a happy birthday, Dad.
Yeah, happy birthday to Mark. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for coming on the podcast. I appreciate it. I knew it would be an interesting. Yeah, that. Alright, boys and girls and everybody, family members, loved ones, friends. Happy Friday. Yeah, aliens.
They're studying us by watching this podcast.
Yeah.
Fuck you,
Yeah.
FBI.
NSA, government officials. My job. I want to thank God. All right, yeah, peace.
I was gonna say, I just got a picture sent to me.
Yee yee.
Minutes ago.
Peace.